What's happened, you bad savages? We're back. Happy New Year. The Church New Testament is here. We missed you. You've been busy. You know what I'm saying? Things are busy. Things have been going on. I was sick last week. My apologies about that. Lee couldn't handle it by himself. You know, I was going to do a Zoom, but who wants a Zoom? The hell with Zooms. Anyway, before we get this started today, I want to, me and Lee want to extend our hearts to the fire department, the people, California, everybody who lost a house, whether you didn't lose a house, whatever. I know it's tough, but this too will pass. Trust me. It always does. We haven't donated yet because, you know, Blue Cross takes like $22 and this and that. So I'm trying to find a pigeon that I could send a couple grand to, and so it benefits the people. You know what I'm saying? If not, you just send an envelope out and everybody jumps up and down, and the people who need it the most get like a chopstick. So that's not going to happen in my world. But anyway, we're back. Lee, what's the story, dog?
I'm good. Just don't send it to Blue Cross. That's the health insurance company.
Whatever, Blue Cross, Red Cross, I don't know. They always show up with coffee and a dog, you know. But it was a good week, man. We're back. What's been going on in your world, Tarzan?
Oh, I'm finally like back, like in New York. I've been gone for so long that it's just like I'm still waiting for it to wear off. How much I love it here.
Okay.
I don't know. I've been loving it.
Wait till you get hit in the head with a stick.
Why do you keep putting that out there? People keep sending me messages. Wait until you get stabbed. What?
Yeah, wait till
someone's
you get stabbed
gonna do it, and
the
they'll be like, Joey's gonna be so happy.
I'm really liking New York. It's
I like,
great.
fuck it.
Keep saying that. Walking around with that hood on and shit.
What hood?
They're gonna hit
hoodie?
you in the fucking head. You look like a pigeon. They're gonna just hit you and take everything from you. You didn't see that. This is New York City. You can't be dicking around.
Who's dicking around?
Looking like the fucking, you know, all bundled up like.
It's fucking 8,000. First of all, it's been like 12 degrees there.
It's not 12. It has not been 12 degrees here at all.
Yes, it has.
The low has been 23.
The
faggy windshield, whatever. That's no, you know, come see me when it's real, cocksuckers. This is not cold.
Yes, first of all, and then there's 8,000. There's wind tunnels. So yeah, and I lost that thing, which is annoying. That neck thing, which really fucking did help, by the way.
Thank God you lost it, because you look like a fucking geek with it.
I look like a geek with everything.
You're Jewish. Only Jewish fucking gold chains, which is the fucking neck brace.
That doesn't help with it. I'm going to get robbed with a gold chain for sure.
No, because you hide it under the fucking sweatshirt.
So how's that going to help with cold?
Well, because you got the Jew in you. You know what I'm saying? It keeps you warm. You got the Jew necklace. It brings warmth to the neck.
Oh, my God. Dude, I can't. There's no way I can win at all. With it, I love it. I get texts now. Someone texted me last night. They're like, "You and Joey broke up." I'm like, I don't. You have like an army of people.
What would I say? Listen, people get stupid when you don't put the podcast up.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really say nothing. I was like, "Fuck it," you know. They'll figure it out. I mean, you know, I got to write you a note to figure out there's no podcast. If you look at 3 places and there's no podcast, there's no podcast. You move the fuck on.
Right.
Trust me, I was getting tortured too, but I didn't answer one email. I didn't give a Frenchman's fuck. Go find something to do. Go play in traffic. Knock it off with the phone, George. Knock it off, please, for Christ's fucking sake.
But I'm doing good, dude. I saw our buddy Doc. He came in this week, which has been great.
Hopefully we'll see him tomorrow night.
Yeah, we are gonna see him tomorrow night.
Doc Willis from the store.
It's been cool, dude. What else has been going on? Now, I've been trying to write, I don't know. That's like the hardest part for me right now is like there's a million things you can do, and I don't feel like I'm doing any of them right. I don't know what it is.
We gotta get to a plan. When you're in a position like you got to make a plan what nights you're going to go out, what nights you're going to hang. It's a fucking struggle. It's not going to happen because you write 3 fucking jokes and go to the stand and pop 3 jokes. I mean, it's an insane hustle, man. And I tell you all the time, like, I don't have the effort right now to put into a good set anymore. Like, I just don't have it. It requires 6 nights a week. Spitting, living, chewing, you know, that's it. That's what it requires. So,
right.
You know, it's tough. It's tough for a lot of people right now, stand-up wise. I'm seeing a lot of people fucking stuck.
Right.
And it is what it is. keep fucking throwing touchdown passes until you're not stuck.
And I'm like, the biggest part I'm struggling with right now, and I talked to you a little bit about it, was like the hanging out part. Because I've been doing it, and it did work. I got up at a club, and but I feel like such a fucking loser just hanging out at a club, like I buy a drink, so I'm not a cheapskate. But I know the managers don't want to talk to me. They have 8 million things going on.
Listen, it's a process. If you told me at 8 o'clock that you get dressed and go to the Comedy Cell and hang out all night looking around, then I'm going to be mad at you.
Right.
You go out, you do your sets, and then you hang for a little while and let them see you. Let them talk to people with you, and in time, you'll figure out. It's just so weird how somebody will come to you and go, I can't get into this club. And you try, you send tapes, you do a bunch of shit, and then you give up. And one day George calls you and goes, hey, I'm headlining there. You want to come feature? And you're like,
right.
Yeah, but the guy hasn't booked me. Don't worry about it. And you're like, all that shit for fucking nothing.
Right.
All that drama for fucking nothing. But it's better than not doing anything, not doing a spot and not writing and not reaching out to your fucking friends and to bookers every week, whatever the fuck it is. Little commitments become big commitments. And especially with comedy, especially with anything in life, little commitments become big fucking commitments. And it just keeps blowing up. But if you're going to get momentum and then leave for 6 weeks to go on the road,
right,
you defeated all that.
Yep.
So you really have to start looking at your time, what's going on, And it's a fucking struggle. Nobody's going to give you dick in this life, guys. You're going to have to put the fucking work in. Even if it sticks to hanging out till 2 and they put you up at 10 to 2, that's a fucking kick to the stomach. I've done that shit. That's a kick to your stomach, but at least you got the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh, I would love a 2 a.m. spot. Right now in New York, at a real show, and I'm actually really excited. I know, and trust me, I'm sure in 5 or 10 years, I'll be like, fuck, another midnight, whatever. That's why I live here. Is that I would remember, I went to 2 a.m. I went, like, there was one time those Jews who would jump up and down that I would go see all the time. In college, I came to see them, and I had like a 6 a.m. bus back, and at like I just had nothing to do. I didn't get a hotel. I was saving some money. And one of the Barkers got me into there was one in LA, or there still is one in LA, but it was called the Ha Ha, or like the Ha in Times Square. He said Dave Chappelle, he said everyone was going to be there. There was a comic who, God bless him, was like, didn't speak English, but it was one of the best nights I've had. It was, I can't wait to be there doing a 2 a.m. spot at a real club.
All right. Well, we'll see.
How are you doing? I know you were sick.
I was fucking down for the count, man. I was fucking down. It started like the 3rd. First off, I'm really happy that I didn't get sick over the holidays. Because the last 2 years I had COVID on Christmas.
Yeah.
Or the year before I had it twice or something like that. So I fucking I hung low the week before Christmas because my nieces were coming. And then 3 days after New Year's, I just started feeling weird. And then Sunday, it really hit me. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I finally went to the doctor. They thought I had a walking pneumonia, the whole fucking deal. And here I am, slinging dick and giving out bubble gum. It's Monday, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you felt last week, that was last week. There's a whole new set of fucking rules. So.
And what I don't know if you want to talk about it now or not, but your daughter had a birthday this week, which was pretty outstanding.
It was fucking insane. It's too much. First of all, that birthday started on Wednesday. So her birthday was Wednesday, but the birthday started on Monday. And I don't mind. I don't give a fuck. When it's your kid, it starts whenever the fuck you want it to. Wednesday, she came downstairs, and we were talking in the morning, and I couldn't even look at her. I couldn't even fucking look at her because it was real. It was too real. She was turning fucking 12. That's it. It was 7 in the morning. She was born at 7:08, like Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, she went to school, and the rest of the week, it was like I was floating on something, just watching her. Mm-hmm. And then she had the party. The party was fucking cool as shit. There were like 30 fucking girls. 33 girls and 3 boys.
Jesus, at your house?
No, fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you. Fucking Dave and Buster's.
Oh shit.
Shitty food, shitty pizza. But the kids have a good time. They don't give a fuck. They just jump up and down and play.
I still have fun at Dave and
Bro,
Buster's.
they had a Miss Pac-Man, like a Mr. Pac-Man, a big motherfucker. I was like, man, I wonder if I left mushrooms in the car, because I would have fucking eaten some mushrooms and played that Mr. Pac-Man for about an hour. But the highlight of the night was her little boyfriend came.
She has oh Jesus.
She's got a little, no, it's
Not
not
like a real
boyfriend.
one? Okay,
She's
alright.
tougher than nail.
Okay.
She's like, he's my boyfriend, Dad.
Okay.
But they've known each other since the first year in school together.
Right.
And when they're together, you're like, these two fucking nerds. They're two fucking nerds. He's mixed.
Okay.
He's half black, half Irish. Nice kid, really nice kid. And, you know, it was like her and 2 little boys went. But he was sitting by my daughter the whole fucking day. And they would take off together. They would play games together. And then at one point I saw him holding hands. Like he was taking something out of her hand and she's like, but dog, this is what life is all about.
That doesn't freak you out at all?
No. Why would it?
Because it's your
coming
daughter.
in 2 fucking 3, 4 years. It's coming.
Oh, I know it's coming.
It's
but-
coming. What am I going to do? Throw her out?
No.
What are you going to do? Throw the guy out? They're fucking kids.
I know, but no party. Like I had a
First
girl's
off.
dad do that to me once. Like just talk to me a little bit.
Yeah, first off, when we were 12 and when they're 12, it's 2 different 12s.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? When I was 12, I was already looking at itty bitty titty and, you know, I was looking to dance with you at the school dance. These kids don't even really, they don't, you know, they
You don't think so? I thought I was gonna guess it was way worse.
I've spoken to Mercy for fucking hours. I talked to her about everything. And I thought she'd be like wooing over the guy. Fuck no. The guy sat over there, she sat there, she didn't give a fuck. Which was pretty confident of her. She was pretty confident with him. And that was it. We went home, we went to another party, we dicked around, and now she's 12. And we moved the fuck up
Now
till next
she's
year.
12.
Now I got ready for next year.
Are you having a bat mitzvah for her?
I don't know yet.
You have to.
Like a Cuban bar mitzvah?
Sure, why not? I wouldn't have pork there, but
No, but Jews are going to show up. They're going to go, what type of bar mitzvah is this going to be? I'm going to be having conga drums and chickens and shit.
oh my,
Arroz con pollo
that's a
and
good
shit.
bar mitzvah. I would take that.
That's a good fucking bar mitzvah.
Are there a lot of Jews in your neighborhood? Or I would imagine she's probably gonna go.
A ton.
Oh shit, that's a fun time. Bar
I live
mitzvahs
in a
are fun,
I live in a high area, Jewish, area, whatever.
and it's
High-end
good. You only
Jewish-
got to give $36 as a gift. That's the best gift. 30 Jews are the best. I love it. 30.
Only
You'll get a
36.
$36 check. I guarantee it. Ask your Jewish neighbors. There's 18 is like the number for life. So for your bar mitzvah, you get double life is the gift. Some people will give more, but you'll get whoever just go with a $36 check.
Bro, the bar mitzvah I robbed,
Post-dated.
there was no $36 checks. You know what I'm saying? I got paid, Jack. If I would have opened that envelope and seen $36, I would have gone in there and ripped off his little fucking sideburns. I'm getting mine, cocksucker. Anyway, we'll be right back with my man Steve Avillo. What's happening, beautiful people? Happy New Year. It's Tuesday, the 14th. The New Testament is brought to you by, bam, Blue Chew. We're all looking to be a little harder, better, faster, and stronger this year. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew helps give men longer lasting, stronger erections so your sex life could be tip-top magoo. Using the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, or Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost in a chewable form. And get ready to flip your sex life upside down. Listen, let's say you bump into a victim, you have a cocktail, you know what I'm saying? She likes you, you like him, whatever. And next thing you know, you want to get the party started, but it's the first time you've been with this certain person, and you don't want to just get the party started. You want one of the eyeballs to pop out of it. To get started, just sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of your licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll get your prescription quick. It's all done online from the comfort of your own home. Listen, it's very easy, and make life easier for yourself by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. Listen, you're getting old just like me. You don't want to sit there every night and watch some bad TV. You know what I'm saying? You got one, maybe 1.5 good night in you. You drop 3 of those Blue Chews, bam! It's all over the shouting. Mama's taking an early retirement. Try your first month at Blue Chew free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the church.
Welcome back to church!
All right, you bad motherfuckers, we're back. Today my guest is, what do I call them guests? They're fucking family. Today the family member is a guy I've known for a long fucking time. He'll tell you. We talk every fucking week about music or something stupid. And I love him with all my heart, Mr. Steve Avila.
How you doing, brother?
Good to see you.
It's good to see you, too.
So wait a second. Before you were saying that you met me at Our Lady of Libra?
Our Lady of Libra. Wow. That was the first time I met you, yeah.
8th grade, yeah.
8th grade.
8th grade.
Yeah.
Because then when would I see you at the 64th Street Field? You, Rego, the other guitar kid. That was then. That was that summer, going into freshman year, no?
Yeah.
And you played the guitar, and I never forget the string broke.
Yes.
You were playing one of the Rolling Stones or something.
We were playing Brown Sugar.
There you go. I remember that. And the string broke, and I never forgot how I kept watching you and how you just kept playing. It wasn't like the string broke and you were going to tap the fuck out.
No, man, you never stop.
And I was really impressed. I'm like, holy shit. I would have just gone home. I would have packed the guitar.
In the middle of the song?
Yeah.
Middle of the song. Yeah. Yeah.
The fucking string went, and he kept fucking jamming and singing. Who was the guitar player? Straccio.
You had, that was before Sprosh. That was, I think it was Beckenbach and Mike Liebau were the guitar players.
Liebau.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Dennis DiCarlo, rest in peace. He was the bass player. Yeah.
Wow.
Johnny Rego was on drums.
Johnny Rego on drums.
My brother Johnny.
He's still fucking walking the streets, Johnny Rego.
He is. He sits
ran
in with us every time we play now. Comes up and plays a few songs.
Yeah.
We ran into him at his restaurant, right?
At the restaurant, yeah, at the Rudy's. We ran
Over
into him a
Rudy's?
few weeks with Mike Bart.
Yeah.
And it was fucking great.
They do like a weekly thing there. Him and Lee Yacarino and Johnny. So,
Good guys.
Yeah.
Good
They're
fucking
the best.
guys.
They're the best.
And I think I bumped into you freshman year. The rest was history.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
The rest was fucking history.
Pretty much a lot of, yeah.
You know, to give you some light, Steve Avillo comes from a fucking tremendous family in North Bergen. I mean, fucking tremendous. If they ever have a top 10 families in North Bergen, Avillo's going to make the fucking list easy. And it's the truth. A lot of people ran through that house. A lot of people went through that house. We had a lot of good laughs there. Your mom was like the universal mom to everybody, you know. I still remember your dad passing.
Yeah.
And shortly afterward, my mom passed.
Yeah. Your mom died about a year later.
About a year later. And I'll never forget that I got a call one night to meet you at your house with lubes for a fucking party, right? And it was, I get there and we're the only 3 young kids.
Yeah.
Like we were the only 3 allowed there. It was all seniors and shit. And I walk in there and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to expect here. And they had a garbage can.
Yeah, the garbage can with the cuckoo juice in it.
With
was
the
like,
cuckoo juice in it.
It was
fucking everything, shoes. There was bees in
Bees
there.
in it.
There were fucking bees in
we
there.
were throwing bees in it. Yeah, we
So
catching bees and
I
throwing
always
them in.
wondered that question. Because it was a punch and there was bees in it. I wondered if bees like fell into it or you were just like,
No.
where do you get
no.
all these bees?
Well, they would be flying around because it's sweet, right?
Right.
So we just hit them into the punch. Yeah. After a while, you didn't care.
Yeah, why?
You know.
And every time I was scared to go close to it, because every time you came close to that tub, one of the older guys would grab you, fall on me in the chest, and scoop out of the garbage can and go, here, and you had to fucking drink it. I think I drank like 6 of those motherfuckers, and I don't know what happened to me.
It had every alcohol under the sun.
Everything.
And it didn't matter. Whoever came in, they'd come in with a bottle. And it was a bottle of tequila, a bottle of Jack Daniels, bottle of gin, every alcohol under the sun was in that punch.
Sounds like it
Didn't
tasted
make a
great.
difference.
That's crazy.
It was awesome.
The band didn't play that night. There was no
Actually,
band.
actually, we did.
Somebody played.
We
that
did.
night.
That was Danny Lowenstein.
Okay. Yeah.
Danny
yeah.
Lowenstein, my brother, Dennis DiCarlo again, and me. That was it.
And
There
the
was four of
drums
us.
stayed.
Yes.
The drums stayed.
Because
which
we
we'll
used
get
to
back
jam
later.
in the back room. That's right. That's right. Fairies wear boots.
But I used to play basketball every day. And every day a cop came by, and his name was Ray Ernesto. Do you remember Ray Ernesto? He lived by Sensulo's.
Yeah.
The thing that
I think
stuck
I
out
do,
the
yeah.
most with Ray was he always played basketball with us with colored socks. And it irritated the fuck out of us. Like, God damn it, Ray.
Wait.
Why must you wear fucking colored socks? He'd wear party socks.
Right.
Like
I just want to
black
clarify,
socks.
though. You said it irritated the fuck out of us. Is us everyone or just you?
Me at the court. The people at the court, because in those days, if you wore colored socks to the high school, they sent you home. Because if you cut yourself, the ink would go into your skin. So you couldn't take gym class with colored fucking socks. So I always remembered that. And every time he'd come with the thing, I'm like, this motherfucker. He's going to cut himself and he's going to fucking die on the court and da-da-da-da. And then we'd elbow him lightly. Like, we used to fuck him up a little bit. We were young kids.
That's what you do.
But that night, I left your house. I don't remember leaving.
No.
All I remember is being asleep on Sensulo's lawn, and Ray Ernesto kicked me, and I recognized the sock. I'm like, God damn it. And he's like, well, you okay? I'm like, yeah. Let me give you a ride home. And he fucking gave me a ride home. And he knocked on the door, and my mom answered, and she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, don't worry, it's Ray Ernesto. He's got colored socks on. Don't fucking worry about it. She was pissed for like 3 days. But that started like a fucking movement. Like that started a movement, Avillo.
Yeah.
That never ended till fucking 1985.
Pretty much.
It really fucking did. That was just, we were out every night after that. In
Yeah.
one form, shape,
Yep.
or another. And then I still remember like our concerts. We all went to see Ted Nugent and Aerosmith at the Meadowlands. Did you go to that one?
Yes, I did. I was
I remember
down
how
on
to
the
walk
floor.
home like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Cars are doing 90 past me and shit.
And you're walking on that freaking bridge.
Why were you walking home?
Because that's what we
Because that's
did.
how you got there.
That's how you got there.
That's a great answer.
You think
How far
mom
away
gave
is
you a
that?
ride in the wagon?
Not the
Yeah,
concerts.
but they have
no.
buses here.
Buses? We
You're
don't have time.
talking about being on the bus.
We
No,
don't have time for
I don't
buses.
remember buses going out to Giant
Nah,
Stadium.
not the Giant Stadium. We walked, Jack.
Yeah.
How far away is that?
From my house to from Villo's house, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I still remember walking home from the track with no money, and cars doing 90 next year, and I'm yelling at Ronnie, "We had $80. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Fucking cars are doing 100 past us now. But that was one of our first like all North Bergen concerts. You saw
Oh,
a
hell
lot
yeah.
of people.
Hell yeah.
And the second concert I went to where the whole fucking place was North Bergen was AC/DC Highway to Hell with Ted Nugent.
With Ted Nugent was
at
the
the
headliner.
fucking Garden.
Yep.
And I still remember like the creepy details from getting on the bus and 20 kids would be on the, because that's New York, Lee.
Okay.
Big difference. So we would get the Kennedy Boulevard bus. We would just walk to Union City with liquor and
Yeah.
drink, and then take the bus by the post office and go right into the fucking city, the Garden, and then walk to the Garden like we owned those streets. And we were fucking 13.
Yeah, pretty much.
What were you drinking at 13? I know that's normal now, but like, what are you drinking? Like vodka? Or are you drinking like?
Back in the day, it was probably just a lot of beer.
Jesus.
I think beer. Sometimes, you
Dog,
know.
they used to show up with a
JD.
case of nips, which looks like a fucking delivery box now. 64 bottles, right? It looked like a fucking box. Like when you walk into somebody's house with a case of nips, you're like, what the fuck are they doing? That's 64 beers, right?
Yeah.
Right off the bat, that's 64 fucking beers.
I don't think I've drank 64
And
beers
you got
in my
like 8
entire life.
animals.
Pretty much.
You got like 8 fucking animals. And that was it. We started with me by my house. You know, I always drank at my mother's bar like little shots, so I
Right.
knew. But I started from scratch. I started with the Boom Swarm, You do the strawberry
Oh, my
Boone's
God.
Farm when you got a fucking miserable headache.
That was a Larry thing. Larry used to drink the Boone's Farm because he didn't think his mother and father could smell it on his breath. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Hysterical.
It was the shit we drank. Like, you know what I was thinking about, Bill? Walking up 46th Street Hill while mixing a cocktail. I can't walk up that motherfucker now.
No.
Just walking it. It would be a 3-day adventure if we had to walk that up now.
It's that big?
It's long, but it's steep. It's really steep.
That sounds terrible.
So it's,
And when it got cold, we turned around and walked up backwards. And you drained the vodka, you drained the Gatorade, and you put the vodka right in the Gatorade bottle, and you shook that motherfucker and went on the number 1 bus. Half the time we didn't even have, we would just save on the number 1 bus. It was
Yeah.
35 cents. We said, fuck it, why take the bus? Just walk.
Yep.
We're walking on fucking vodka juice. You know, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to us. We're walking. And then we go up to a place called fucking Wizards.
Oh my God! Wasn't it? That was a
A pinball place
arcade.
next to Hash Race.
Yeah.
There used to be a pinball place on Kennedy Boulevard there, like a little pinball place.
Right.
And that's where all the weird people hung out. Like kids you never even saw play football. You just saw them at night by the trains. Like, doing creepy things and shit. Nobody you knew hung out at Wizards. It was always kids that glue in the dark. Or they were a little fucked up.
I feel like I would have been at Wizards.
And people would say, you want something from Wizards? And somebody would go in and come out, listen, we got like 18 hits of mescaline, even though it was like 20 of us. Like, we run up there with 15 of us and walk in there, and the guy would go, what are you guys doing? We need mescaline. 15 hits? I got 8. Well, go get 7 more because you're light. It was fucking insane.
Did you ever play pinball? I can't imagine you playing like pinball.
I play cockball. What pinball? I play with my balls. I do like Mr. Pac-Man.
Yeah?
I like Pac-Man and shit, but I was never really like a pinball guy. You know?
It was the pinball machine at Souls. When we were like 13 years old, like you're in 8th grade, you're in grammar school, you're still playing pinball. That's all they had. They didn't have those things until Wizards.
No race
until
cars,
Wizards. That's when
nothing.
you had all the what I guess what kids would laugh at now, but what we thought was great.
I like pinball. Pinball is fun.
Mr. Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man. You know, my mom had the bowling thing that you had to spray the thing on and then,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
then shoot the metal thing and the pins go up and stuff. That's what she had at the bar. No pinball machine.
You just reminded me of one of the first shows I played with the past masters. We were playing in this dive bar down in Union, New Jersey. And on the side of it, in this like alley, that was still the bar, had one of those things. And there was like 4 people in the place listening to us play with about 3 teeth between them all, man. It was hysterical. It was hysterical. But these are the gigs we used to get from our booking agent at the time, affectionately known as Nick the Dick. So, but oh my God. That's what you made me think. You made me think of that. There's this woman dancing around in front of the stage, and I'm just about to sing, and Russell comes up to me and he says, if she doesn't stop dancing around the stage, I'm going to kick her right in the cunt bone.
Dog, once you take your band outside of city limits in New Jersey, you don't know what you're going to run into. You really don't. It's the Addams Family out there.
Oh my God, is it?
And that includes where I live. Like, even that area there,
Yeah.
once you go south from there, it's a different type of Jerseyan. They wiggle to a different waggle. You know what I'm saying? They're not your usual Jersey people.
This place was like in the middle of nowhere. It was man. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
So we went to see Ted. Now, was that the garden when we started ripping the chairs out?
Yes. Yeah.
Like Madison Square Garden?
Madison Square Garden, you had AC/DC was the opening band, and the cool thing about that is where we were sitting, Bon Scott came running down the aisle with Angus Young on his shoulders, and Angus is playing a solo to Whole Lotta Rosie, which, that was great, but Ted played, unbelievable show, and nobody would leave. Everybody's calling him back for an encore. So he comes out and plays an old Chuck Berry song, Old Carol, right? As soon as he starts playing it, chairs start flying in the air down in orchestra. Metal folding chairs.
Jesus Christ.
We're breaking them apart because they were like held together by I don't know what the hell. Breaking them apart, so you figure, when in Rome, we just start winging these things up in the air, and as you're winging them and the thing's building, everybody's kind of backing up. By the time the song was over, there was a mountain of chairs in that one section of orchestra.
Makes Conor McGregor seem not so bad. They're throwing metal chairs.
Yeah.
I remember whipping one and looking. In your mind, you hear like, and you're like, oh shit. And then somebody's like, hey, who threw that? I don't know. Some guy up there. Like I was all scared.
I don't know how it started, but we just all joined in. Everybody joined in, and it was just you just saw these things flying up everywhere. That was a fun show.
Does that happen?
They don't do that anymore. Oh man, you can't get away with that shit anymore.
And then the second show I went to see with you guys was an outrageous show because I knew nothing about them. All I knew were the Stones, Some Girls was fucking tremendous. And one day, it was kind of nice out. It was April. And you motherfuckers were like, we're chipping in for a fucking 8-pack or something. I don't know. And I'm like, what for? And you're like, we're going to see the New Barbarians tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I called Mike Denny, the devil, to see if he can get tickets and shit. He's like, nah, we're just going over to the Scout. Fuck it. And that was another night where I saw 82,000 North Bergen people there.
Yeah, it was
That was a good fucking show.
It was a great show. I had Blue Sky. See, remember the blue section up on the top of the garden? And we used to do this all the time because when you can't really afford much, right? So we were sitting way up in blue. As soon as the lights would go down, we just start hopping over the wall, running down into the orchestra section. That's how you always got down front.
Then I went to see Yes, and they were so bad we moved back.
Wait a second.
That's the first show we moved back. We got to go, dog. We got to go up to the top. This ain't sounding good no more.
They had that circular stage.
Why didn't you just leave?
Nah, Yes would come every year.
Okay.
Yes would come to this area here August 28th, 29th, 30th, September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I still remember that. Like, it was like 6 nights they do the garden.
Okay.
And every year we went, running around about, and then after like the 4th year, you're like, I don't want to see this no more. Yeah. What am I here for again? Because it only costs you like $5.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we had like now, if you want to go see somebody, you got to splurge $250. I don't want to splurge $250 for fucking anybody. But for a band that I don't know about, and people say they're pretty good, and I heard a couple songs, $5 ain't fucking bad to shoot into the city for.
Right.
If you don't like them, you fucking go home.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God bless you.
God bless me. But there was a lot of fucking music, a lot of shows. And what people got to remember is that my mom had just died. So this slipped in to take my mind off of things.
Yeah.
And I was full in. Like, I was fucking...
Yes, you were. You were committed.
I was committed. I was really fucking committed. And I was good till... Well, right before my mom died, we robbed a beer truck. And we took it to Chirpy's house. And we stole a bottle of vodka. And he had peppermint schnapps, or it was the other way around.
Yeah.
He had peppermint schnapps, his father. And we had vodka. And it wasn't... And here's the other thing you got to remember. When you rob one of those beer trucks, you didn't really know what you were getting.
No, you never
Because
did.
we robbed a case of quartz. You know how long it takes to cold those motherfuckers up in a tub with ice? They're 32 fucking ounces. Yeah. So we had to sit there for like an hour, like listening to music. So me and Lebrano made vodka and peppermint schnapps, and we fucking put them in the freezer, and we got fucking leveled. That was the day. And then we sit there till 3 and walk in the house like nothing happened. Like, hey, how you doing? Good. How was school today? Tremendous. What'd you learn? A ton.
Wait, how do you not know what you get? Isn't it in a container?
You're just pulling boxes out of the thing.
And there's no labels on them back then?
No,
Like now?
There's labels like Budweiser, Miller, whatever.
Okay.
But you'd pull it out and run. So you didn't know exactly what you had, and plus, we were just doing some of these things for the first time. So we learned as we went, different size boxes mean different things. But the first time we did it, we didn't know. We just pulled shit out of there.
And we did it by hashways.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I continued to do it from Albertsons. Because Albertsons, you just walked in there. You walked in with 3 fucking freshmen, and everybody, it was like looting today. You just walked out and see who security chased. And whoever they didn't chase, you went into the park. And once you're in the park, fuck you, you're gone. No, it's not North Bergen no more. It's Hudson County problem.
It was easier once we had cars. Once you had a car, you'd pull up and you just hang out the window and you pull them into the car and take off. You know, that was easier.
Now, I still remember my freshman year, somebody, I don't know who, it wasn't me, well, somebody went on a fucking tear, and they took like 4 cases of Michelob, and they hit them in the lockers in by the gym. And fucking, you know who came to me? And he's like, I'm calling the cops. I know they're in your locker. And I'm like, listen, you're not going to open up my fucking locker. Not today. Mr. Lee.
Oh, boy.
Mr. Lee and me got neck to neck. He's like, I'm opening up that locker. I said, dog, I'm telling you, you're not opening that fucking locker.
He was tough as nails.
Bring a cop, bring whoever the fuck you want. And I had nothing in my locker. It was just a point. Like, you ain't going in my fucking locker. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, but not fucking today. Not with your attitude. And he hated me after that. We hated each other.
You didn't go in the locker?
I got a bump because the athletic department was there. The athletic department used to be there.
Yeah, it was right there,
2 doors down, and I think Randy Shave was in there with somebody else.
Randy Shave's office.
And I'm like, Randy, come
was
on
in
here.
there.
Let's see what the fuck is really going on here.
Yeah.
Because Randy Shave liked me, so that's why I didn't open up that fucking locker. And I think I took business law at the time. And I remember that
You don't have
Why can't I
warrants.
picture this?
business law was right there too. It was like 8th or 9th period by the door. And I remember the girl that was in the class with me. She had given a bunch of blowjobs or something. And they said she used to shake. They said she used to shake when she gave blowjobs my junior year. I don't fucking know.
Her whole body would shake?
Yeah, like the whole body would shake and shit. So I don't know. But they said that in there, that if you get something in your mailbox and it doesn't belong to you, just because it's in your mailbox, it's your property. It belongs to you. So after that, I started stealing my own Social Security checks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the government sent me 2 checks one time by mistake, and I stole them both. They're not going to get me now. 1980. What are they going to do to me now?
They might now that you're broadcasting it.
No, who gives a fuck? I broadcast a lot of things.
I was going to say, I think they got a list to
If
go
they were
through.
going to get me, they would
They
have
would
got
have
me
had you by now.
long
Yeah, they
time
would have had you by now.
Like, how many people, Steve, were like Joey back then? Like, or was he like as unique as he is now?
No, there's something in the water in that town. Something in the water. There's a lot of crazy, crazy people. Some crazier than others. Some, you know, some special.
Very. Very.
But yeah, there's definitely everybody. And the thing is about the same thing about that town with the stuff that's in the water, so to speak.
Right.
You run into people you haven't seen in 20 years, and it's like you haven't missed a day. It's as my cousin actually said it. He called it. He goes, "It's my daughter's called North Bergen a cult." They call it a cult. He says, "You're not a cult. You're a tribe." Now that makes sense to me.
It's a very weird thing that I have been, I've studied 2 things in my life really hard. And one is the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And I finally came to the conclusion that the skies had like a little beam coming down and put all those funny people together at one time, And then I have my thoughts about North Bergen. And I think, and it's been like a 30-year struggle when I learn things without learning them. Like when I watched the Sinatra documentary on HBO years ago, they told you that at that time, the Irish didn't let the Italian go up past 9th Street. And that stuck with those people. And I've said this when Barone was on here, when you look at the core of the North Bergen families, they're all Hoboken. They all had to walk through Hoboken.
Yeah.
They just didn't pop up in North Bergen. 60% of those people walked through fucking Hoboken. And then I still remember the finals at the Meadowlands, where we had these short little plug Italian guys.
Yeah.
And they're pushing these black guys around and these fucking white kids like they were nothing. And I'm like, there's something here. I don't know what it is. And then my mother died, and it opened up a complete different treasure chest that was right here in North Bergen. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So when you look at North Bergen from a distance, you go, what a fucking dump. But it had everything at that time. It raised us. We We learned to raise ourselves. We were out till 2 a.m. I mean, there's a comedian, Brett Ernst, that does a joke about when you live in Jersey, that all you gotta do is go out after midnight and there's always one motherfucker out. Hey, how you doing? Don't you have a house? No, there was 8 kids like that in North Bergen. Every park had a kid that would, if you just walk past, you hear psst, psst. And you're like, what's going on? We got a party here. There's a chick behind the weeds. We gotta eat her. You're like, I didn't even know this existed. You know, you didn't even know. You thought you were going home. You told your mom, I'm coming home. And next thing you know, as you get to your block, a car picks you up. And they're like, we're going to the city. You coming? I was going home. I got homework. Come on. Let's go. We're going to go eat or something. And next thing you know, you're coming home at 2 a.m. And on the way there, something happened. You hit somebody with a car. Something happened, you know? So you got a story. I mean, it was just superb. Like, I was walking around those hills wounded, you know? I was an orphan. I'm walking those hills wounded. And those are hills, motherfuckers, okay? Those are fucking hills. And I still always had somewhere to be, somewhere to go.
Yeah, you did. Special place.
Why do you think New Jersey has such a bad rap, like, outside of New Jersey? Like, do you agree with it, or does it make you feel bad?
Listen, there's been bad rap between everybody for 30 fucking years, and at the end, we're all the same. Mm-hmm. It's all the same kind of mentalities, just wrapped up, just, you know, it's an East Coast mentality. They have this in Philly, right? When you go to Philadelphia, it's pretty, those people fucking out of their minds, too.
They really, no, I just feel, like, especially, like, in New York, I feel like New Jersey has a, like, everyone's like, ooh, Jersey. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't feel that way.
Fuck them.
I've never had a problem being from Jersey.
Me either.
Because I knew what I got out of here. I knew what I got out of here was a master's degree in fucking political science, crime, how to wake up in the morning with no money and have $50 by lunchtime. This is an education here. How to call somebody and say, I need a job, and a day later you're fucking working. You know, this is an education when we were growing up. It really was. You know, I look at, he's family. He's a brother to me. Like, he's my brother. You know, he's blood. Like, we know each other that long. We breathed each other's air that long. What we're doing now, we did in his backyard 40 years ago. And there was no fucking heat.
No.
There was no fucking heat. We come back there, there's no heat, a set of drums, some fucking curtain,
Yeah.
beer, and some guy rolling fucking joints, and that's it. And everybody got along. We've been doing this for fucking years. There's nothing changed. The only thing we did was put our jackets on and go to a diner or something, to go to the one on Tunley. Collins Diner. That's it. Nothing's changed. These streets are the same. I love when I bitch about where I grew up in Given Terrace, because they haven't done a fucking thing down there since my mother died. But then I go up Tunley Avenue and I see Sal's, and I see the old the biker place, which is Vienna's hamburger joint now.
That used to be the old mill.
The old mill, all that shit. That was a weird neighborhood when we were fucking kids.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dog, that was a weird little fucking neighborhood. There was a bank there, a drive-through bank. There was Fisher, whatever, the stereo spot. And across the street were these buildings. And they had little trees. All right? Now, when I discovered those buildings in 78 I used to buy drugs in there. I still remember the kid's name. And then he moved up to cocaine. And then he got thrown out of there. But it doesn't matter. We've been lurking in those apartment buildings for years. You know which ones I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And I remember one night, it's got to be 3 in the fucking morning. Again, another North Bergen story. 3 in the fucking morning, I'm walking home, and who do I see under the tree but Didi Quintero and Kruger? Because it was light raining out. And they're drinking a beer, and they got an 8-pack on the floor. It's 2:30 in the morning. Both of them are in high school. Okay? Both of them in high school. I walk up to them, what's up, guys? None. You want a beer, Coke? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, it started fucking raining hard. And we had to go under the building, and The guy had a bathroom window there, right? And 10 minutes in, the guy's got to raise his hand. Excuse me, can you go away from my window? You guys are laughing too hard out there. And we're like, fuck you. And he slammed the window. And Kruger just put his hand through the fucking window.
Jesus.
Then we ran away. That's it. 3 in the morning, like nothing happened. But that little neighborhood used to be a hopping neighborhood. And I had a way. I only lived, even after my mom died, I only lived, 7 minutes from your house.
Yeah.
And there's times I would pass out in the garage and Steve would leave me out there.
Oh, God.
And I remember one night walking home all fucked up, and there was a possum. It had to be this fucking big. He jumped from one tree to another, and he was hanging like a gorilla. And I just shot down that fucking street. I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna kill me. He's gonna fucking kill me.
And you would come out in the morning, he'd just be there, or you knew he passed out in the
No,
garage?
we'd leave. Like, he'd say, fuck it, I've had enough. He'd leave us out there with 3 people or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had enough.
I'd
It's
be done.
11:30.
All I would do
Fucking
is
guy was an A student.
I'd basically go,
Yeah, and we got
go
him out
upstairs,
there.
go to bed.
A bunch of losers. Get them
Guys,
out
keep
there.
it down.
What would your parents say?
Oh, my dad died when I was young. My mom was happy to know that we weren't out somewhere else.
I don't think that exists anymore.
No, because now if people drinking at your house, you get arrested.
Right.
So they, don't get me
I
started.
still remember walking into your shed one day, and there was like 4 fucking knuckleheads, and they were breaking glass and shit to eat it.
Yeah. That was my brother and folk and
No, I think it was younger guys. Oh,
nah, it was them.
because there was a time in North Bergen where people wanted to eat shit.
Yeah, mice,
glass, metal. They were eating all this
Clouby
shit.
and those guys used to bob for crabs. They'd put crabs in a bowl, pot, whatever the hell you want to do. And they used to bob for crabs. Come up with a crab hanging on their lip, their ear, their nose. I mean, talk about crazy.
I was in until this part. What are you eating glass? How many pieces of glass can you eat?
That was
I never
not me.
did it.
You never
did
ate
it.
Somebody
glass?
went on Dave Letterman and ate a bicycle. And these motherfuckers thought they could do it. It only takes a Jersey guy to go, you know what? I could do that. And it was in our neighborhood. So it was somebody around here that started eating metal. But I strictly remember one night towards the holidays, they were fucking a table and they're breaking things. And they're like eating little things. And Uptown was eating fucking mice and glass.
They would bite the top of a bottle off. That's what they would do. Look how serious you got. They would, I still remember that. You bite the top. That was folk, and
But
my
you know
brothers.
Do you know what made us special? Like, do you know what all right, we had a bunch of characters. You had your brother's characters. We had Dee Dee. We had Lubes. We had fucking Heavyweight. We had Darren Rago, God bless his soul.
Yeah.
And that dude, I still remember doing crazy shit with him freshman year. But I always think about this. Like, people go, was your town really funny? And I go, bro, everybody was funny in North Bergen, okay, at that time. But the people who made it funnier were the people that were around us as satellites. You're like, Joey, I don't get it. I.e. Nick's Pizza. I.e.
God.
Phil Sims, the cop that looked like the football coach.
Yep.
Fucking, in high school, we had certain teachers that it was always a fucking party when you saw them. Mr. Palmisano would jump up and down and, buongiorno.
Yeah.
And you go, what the fuck? It was,
Mr.
we had,
Sweat.
who did we have downtown? We had somebody that we would bust his balls downtown. We always had some Sal, obviously, with the liquor store Sal.
Yeah.
Your 10 said, no, you're not. All that
Yeah,
type
it
of
was
shit.
Sal and Vito. Vito break his balls.
It was the characters around us that really brought, like, when I think of childhood, if I would have got a TV show, I would have wrote Nick in.
You have to write Nick in.
Nick was the most craziest pizza place you could have close to a high school ever. Like, that should not have been allowed because not only was it Nick's, but I still remember Corky's being next door.
Oh, God.
And as a kid, you shouldn't be seeing that shit.
Well, was it allowed, or did people just not know?
What allowed?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't
so
understand that
the
question.
2 things I know about Nick's, or the 2 stories that come to mind, are the flies lying in it,
The Sicilian
landing
pie.
in it, and then you would both sell him
Jewelry.
gold and then steal it back to sell to him again.
And then sell it to him
I don't
again.
think that was in the menu that he bought stolen jewelry.
Yeah.
In 1979, these fucking knuckleheads decide to go on a. We're drinking every night while the hostages are in captivity
Oh, that was nice of you.
in Iran. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah, yeah.
And the big topic was Khomeini or something like that. And I guess
Yeah. So for football season, I grew a beard, and it was like a beard mostly under here. You know, you can grow at like 16 years old. I shaved my head, and I come walking into the pizzeria, and he goes, "Holy shit, it's fucking Khomeini. He couldn't say the K. It's fucking Khomeini." So it's a funny thing is, you know, I was married with kids. I went back in there again. This is before he sold it. I walked back in just to see if he was there. And I was there with my wife and my kids. And I walk in, he goes, Khomeini? Swear to God, he picked me out like that.
what a good dude.
Oh, he was the best. He was the best.
I was there the night when he started yelling at somebody, and they opened up the cheese and the pepper. They threw it at him and shit. He was pissed. He's like, "Coco, look at these animals." And then about shortly later, I went in down a Quaalude one night. I had puke all over me and shit. They were trying to feed me, and the next day he would see me and go, "Belushi." He would call me Belushi. So that was my name for fucking forever. Belushi, you fucked up. And then one night I saw him outside we were smoking hash outside Bernie's car, God rest his soul. We were smoking, I'm in the front seat, and Nick, what's going on tonight? He's like, nothing, quiet. I go, Nick, come here. And he comes over to the car, and we're smoking. And I go, Nick, you want to hit? And he goes, and then he looks around, he goes, give me more. And that was it. I didn't see him after that. About a week later, I saw him, Belushi, what the fuck you give me? I smoke a lot of hash growing up, but that shit. Doug, he used to torture us. But we used to lay into him, too. My favorite was Veneri. Because the iced tea was 5 cents cheaper at Hashways. So Veneri would cross the street, and Nick would be talking to you, like having a great conversation, like, yeah, Nick, your grandfather. And all of a sudden he goes, where's fucking Veneri? And we go, he went across the street, dog. He would throw that counter up and go out there, and Veneri would just be making the corner and go, Veneri, you fucking Jew. And he
Oh, God. But you remember, you suck, too.
you suck, Jew. He would yell that in broad daylight. And then you had a fucking bar next to it that was owned by a car salesman. One of the best in the city, what people don't know. He was like known in the city for selling cars. He was like the top
Corky?
salesman. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Manhattan Honda, go in there now. They still have a wall to fucking Corky. That motherfucker.
Did he have like a crazy eye or something? You looked at him, it looked like his one eye was never focusing on
He
you.
had crazy everything. You know, I still remember being like 15 and being there at 3 and people coming out of there with blood on them.
Yeah.
People hammered. People fucking eating Quaaludes. Like people fucking on cars. And you're like, man,
Yeah.
I can't wait to go in there.
That place was a bucket of blood for sure.
That was, I'm telling you.
the pool table in there. That's where all the fights came from. People breaking cues over people's heads. And it was a nutty
It was
place.
insane, dog. And then by the time we got there, like once we started getting older, they changed it from Tom and Corky's to the best to Gregory's 7-day weekend.
Who the fuck was Gregory?
Corky. And
It was upscale now.
Oh, okay.
And he would answer the fucking phone. Corky's the best bar in northern New Jersey. And he had the loudest, the fucking, the jukebox. That was his pride and joy.
Yeah.
That he was really fucking loud in there. And we go in there, dog, and it was just like, he didn't let us in till we were 18. Like, he held us to the fucking letter.
Wasn't he supposed to make you wait till you're 21?
No, it was 18 then.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. It was 18. Then a year later, it jumped to 19. And then 2 years later, it was 21.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know I still laugh about it, Vills, that people would never understand?
What's that?
The dude up the corner from the cemetery by my house, they used to sell the coldest beer in North Bergen. And used to bang on the door, and he'd be sleeping on the pool table.
That beer was fucking cold, though.
Huh?
That beer was fucking cold, though.
I remember we drank it all the way down the shore one time. It was still fucking frozen. You could knock on his door at 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning. What was his fucking name?
Ah, God, I don't remember.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
He had a
Senility
little
is setting
bar
in.
there. It was just a little bar.
Yeah.
And he was the people from the projects. Creepy people.
Yeah.
Like, at least Puerto Ricans go out into Union City. These people just glared at those projects there. And they would only go to that bar. There were some creepy bars in North Bergen. That was that one. You had the Cove with the owner who had the bad wig by Fernie's house, the strip club. It smelled so bad in there. I remember I fingered a woman in there once. I had to wash my hand for 3 days straight. It was fucking horrible. It was fucking horrible.
And this was a strip club that
A
smelled
strip
bad?
club right down the corner from McGuire Chevrolet. So if you're on, this is McGuire Chevrolet, and you can take it all the way down. If you hit Bergen Line, you went too far.
That was 70th Street, yeah.
2 blocks in, like in the corner there. It was only open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And the owner had a horrible fucking wig. And you went in there and he'd come over like a gangster. Listen, this is my place. Listen, get out of here. I think somebody said something to him once, Roger.
What was that other real slimy place on the boulevard downtown? Buffs or something like that?
Where was Buffs?
Buffs was on the boulevard, but I don't remember what street.
Okay, Buffs was past the stadium.
So it was down like in the
18,
teens, upper teens, yeah.
19. I remember going to Buffs. It was no big fucking deal.
No. It was just another slimy place.
I didn't, at that time, I don't know. We weren't even into strippers.
Yeah.
That was not our fucking thing. We were into drinking, getting fucked up, and listening to fucking
Listening
good
to
music.
music.
That was it.
Yeah.
He turned me on to the Who, Quadrophenia. He turned me on to some fucking good albums, man. The Kinks, Lola versus Superman,
Power Man.
Power Man, whatever
Get
the
it
fuck
straight,
is.
brother. Get it straight.
I was hanging with you when Low Budget came out.
Yeah.
You turned me on to Jay Giggles band.
Jay Giggles.
That was our war always growing up. Fuck you and Jay Giggles.
You don't like Jay Eagle?
Let me tell you something. I saw them years and years later. They reunited for a tour, and I saw them at the Arts Center. Had third row, 2.5 hours, nonstop. They were unbelievable. And he giggled the whole time. You look at him.
He was
like,
married to Faye Dunaway?
no.
Yeah, the singer.
Was he?
The singer.
Peter Wolf?
Peter Wolf was married to somebody for a while.
Faye Dunaway. Who would have thunk?
Do you think
I
you
thought-
would have liked music without Steve? Or did you like it at all? Or where
I
were
love
you before?
music. I love music.
Okay.
But I come from a heavy Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stone, and Steve. Like, I liked The Who, but I didn't
I think I turned you on to Floyd, too, at the time.
Yes. You turned me on to Animals,
Yeah.
which I will be eternally grateful for because I even had it on last week.
That's still my favorite Floyd album.
Still. I
Is that the
listen
one
to
with the
them.
airplanes?
No, that's the one with the
No,
dogs. They
it's-
used to say,
It's the
"Why is
one
he-"
with the, if you look at it, it's got a factory and a pig flying over it on the cover.
And what's the one where it's like airplanes and they shoot guns? He used to put
The
it on
Wall.
and give me.
That's the wall.
Oh, that's okay. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Before we get into that story, real quick, talking to Lee, and you're right, Lee?
I'm great.
All right, those edibles hit you?
A little bit. They're starting.
A little bit, okay.
What do you mean? You can't give them to me and then make fun of me for
I'm not making fun of you.
it.
You've
Really?
just been sitting there a little fucking crazy look.
There's a
Yeah.
little bit of
Look
lubes
crazy.
in him, you know that?
What happened?
There's a little bit of lubes in him. You know, you hear that.
Oh,
Oh, he's been
please, I
saying that
see
for
it.
years.
I say it. I see it.
God.
So one thing that I wanted to talk to you about that's important to music that you saw, and I learned it from you. We were there to watch it. You, your brothers, you all got tickets to go see Ted and Leonard Skinner.
Oh, Leonard Skinner, actually, that was right. The crash happened right before.
Right before, but you had tickets, all you guys.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
you? You and your brothers had tickets. And the crash happened, and Leonard Skinner was on top of their fucking world at the time.
Yeah.
And I always said this. Leonard Skinner was on top of the world, but by a fucking margin at that time. They had just cleared the field. They were like, you know what? Fuck you motherfuckers. They died. We were freshmen that year.
Yeah, I think it was 70. It was either, it was 77, 78.
78. So
78.
we were freshmen, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, and all of a sudden we this new album came out, this new band, and they were fucking great. They were called the Cars. And we all liked the fucking Cars and shit. And then another band came out that now I'm too high to even think of the name, but like 3 bands came out. And I've always said to myself, if Leonard Skinner wouldn't have died, all that shit they would have, first off, Southern rock. Like at that time we had Molly Hatchet.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of savages.
Yeah,
Like not
Southern
this
rock was
shit good
big.
looking, nah. We had guys missing teeth, fucking liver problems, you know. But these motherfuckers are dropping it on you. You know, they weren't the best looking guys in the world. You know, Leonard Skinner never won a beauty contest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was,
For the listeners who don't know what they look like, how would you describe what Leonard Skinner looked like?
it doesn't really fucking matter. What I'm
Okay,
trying to
all
say
right.
is that now country music, you got bows, you got curls, you got muscles, you know. Those dudes didn't have a muscle only in their finger, okay? That's it. To shoot heroin and to trickle a fucking guitar. That's it. And to open the fucking Budweiser can. So, you know, could you imagine if
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner wouldn't have died? There wouldn't that come back to metal that came back in 80?
wouldn't have happened.
That wouldn't have happened.
Probably not. Probably not.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then, thank God, the Cars lasted. They came out with a banger in fucking 79. Candio, the second album.
Yes.
But we were all gearing up for something. And I never saw anything like this in my life. You know, I had been turned on to everybody else, like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Then you buy the album, you bring it home, you do a hit of acid, you trip, you wake up with bubblegum on your shoulder, and you go, that was fucking fun. You know, that was it. And I loved Money and all that shit. And then I think the second album I got into was Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
And then one day in your shed, you started playing Animals and Pigs. And I remember the first time I heard Dogs, I just cried. It's a story of life. We used to say
It
it all the
is.
time.
It is.
Whenever I get confused, I put Dogs on, and it sets me the fuck straight. You got to be crazy. You got to have a real need. You got to sleep on your toes when you're on the street. You got to be able to pick out the easy meat with your eyes closed. End the fucking story on a daily. And if that's not in the back of your mind when you leave the house, shoot yourself. Because that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Shoot yourself. If that's not in the back of you, like if you're leaving the house, like, oh my God, shoot yourself. That's it. All those years when I used to get up angry and somebody got robbed, that's why I left the house in my mind listening to somebody's going down today. Somebody's got their lunch money in my fucking pocket, and I want it.
That's fucking
Anyway, I get all emotional.
Yeah, I could
That's
see
that
that.
spick shit starts coming out.
I'm scared now.
I know. But then it was really funny. Led Zeppelin came out with their album in 79.
In Through the Outdoor.
Into the Outdoor, which was a fucking flop.
Yeah, it
But I
wasn't
heard
that
Into
good.
the
Couple
Evening
of decent
today, yeah.
songs. Couple of decent
I found out why.
Southbound Soiree is my favorite on that.
You know
one.
why the album bombed? Did you read why years later?
No.
Page never showed up. Never showed up. He was on heroin.
Oh, God, yeah, he was in a bad place.
And then
That's
you
right.
throw on when they did the festival in 79.
Nebworth.
Throw that on when they do Achilles' Last Stand. He's just a fucking bone. The heroin is fucking eating him alive. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this motherfucker. These were real musicians, not these okey doke motherfuckers that jump around today with a tattoo on their ankle. Look how cool I am. Get the fuck out of here. So then we witnessed something else. So Led Zeppelin came out, and then we were all waiting for that tour. And that motherfucker drank too much, and that was the end
Yeah,
of
he
that.
drank himself to death, yeah.
I was at Moffin Joe's when I
Really?
found out.
I remember that place.
I was at Moffin Joe's eating a fucking ham and egg on a roll, talking to Joe about something, whoever the fuck knows. And I was there, and it was a Saturday. I was fucking heartbroken. Like my chance to see Led Zeppelin is dead. Like I'm never gonna OD. You know what I'm saying? Like I was planning on ODing at Led Zeppelin the second night or something. That's when we used to have to get 4 tickets. Had a shot. You had to mail them in.
Yeah.
You mailed them in, 4 tickets.
You have to mail him in.
So you sent 4, he sent 4, me, George, Tricky Nick, and next thing you know, fucking only 2 of us got chosen, but we all going to the concert, bitch. Then that was a fun fucking, like we were on a tear. We started on a tear of Vils that April. we went to. There was a group in school that was the gourmet club.
Yeah, yeah.
And on Sundays, one Sunday a month, they took you somewhere to eat. And you had to act like, and it was supposed to be like juniors and seniors, but I don't know how we got on the bus, right? And we got on the bus, it rained, we went to Chinatown or something, and they took us back to Mr. Palut's house.
Oh, God.
God rest his soul. And all of a sudden we're like, Palut, what's going on downstairs? He's like, nothing, it's just the basement. Go look, or something. And we went down there and we found some albums or something. Next thing you know, somebody went for beer.
Yeah.
And they came back with a
These are our coaches and teachers and stuff like that. They wind up coming downstairs. We got like cases and cases of
Oh my God. We left at 8 o'clock after 60 minutes, dog. That's how embarrassing that was. We got there at 12. We're in the guy's basement drinking. They're upstairs like, oh my God.
How do we get rid of these kids?
That was right after the New Barbarians, and we were just on a tear.
Yeah.
You know, everybody was doing their own thing. I was downtown, but I would come up at night. Johnny Costi would have parties every fucking once a week and shit. Tremendous. And then I went to the hospital, and then my mom punched a ticket. And when I got out, when the smoke cleared, I remember like, I was in your house like a week after my mom died. We were talking about something. And you're like, the fucking wall comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's when it started, guys. That was fucking insane. I think it came out the day after Thanksgiving.
Something like that. I just remember, like, you would hear on the radio, like, Pink Floyd's new album, da-da-da, and, you know, little soundbite here, little soundbite there. But there was this huge buildup.
There was
every
a build-up
time, like,
to
you
it.
know, a new album came out from, like, a big artist like that. So
We were
yeah.
going into the holidays with fucking Pink Floyd with a new fucking album.
Yeah.
Everybody was fired up. And then you motherfuckers drop a bomb on me one night. Are you coming to get Pink Floyd tickets with me tomorrow?
Yeah.
And that started like at night, like at 11:30 at night.
Yeah, yeah.
We were all going to go get Pink Floyd tickets, but it was just hearsay. The morning when the smoke cleared, it was me, Lubes, you, and Joe Focaccia
In the Green Monster.
in the Green Monster, okay?
I'm guessing that was the car.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, yeah, it was the car.
I'm in the back seat behind Folk. And he's driving, he's a little excited. We're like on the fucking 46 or the 17 or something. We're on a real fucking highway.
Yeah.
And he's all excited. All of a sudden you hear boom. And you see a fucking, he hit one of those. Right away he hit something.
That was a cone or something like that.
And then we went to Paramus maybe.
I
And
think
there
it was
no
Paramus
tickets.
because that's
There
where
was no
that's where the
tickets.
ticket master was. Yeah,
And then we ended up at St. Peter's Prep.
yeah. We had to go down to Jersey City because we were going down the boulevard when he dropped the ashes on his chest, and he's like trying to put himself out, and the car is doing this on the freaking Kennedy
my
Boulevard.
God.
Like,
Oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't even want to say nothing. I didn't even want to say nothing.
I'm sorry,
Oh my God.
I blew it.
No. Like I didn't want to. I didn't even want to bring up that the cherry hit his shirt because it's so people go, oh, it's such a bullshit story. But the cherry really did his. He was so excited. He kept talking to us in the back, and all of a sudden he's like, and he's fucking hitting his shirt, and I don't know. He's hitting things. It was just.
Yeah,
It was
like-
just fucking superb. And we didn't stop. Like that holiday was rough for me and shit. But then these motherfuckers opened up the year with, we're having the Island of Insanity party.
Oh God, yeah.
And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, we go to Hudson County, it freezes over, and we walk over the puddle, and we fucking have a party on the island. I'm like, I'm not going for this shit. And it was cold.
Yeah, it was cold. Cold didn't bother us back
It
then.
was cold.
Didn't bother us.
And I ate a Quaalude.
Well, maybe it bothered you.
I ate a Quaalude with lubes and folk. And we had to get off the island. And we ended up walking to the Wing Fong Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, I remember the Wing Fong.
And we sitting there. And it's me and Luz on this side and Focus over here.
I think I know this one. Go ahead.
We were too high to dine and dash. Like they were waiting for us to dine and dash. I kept telling them, no. We paid tonight, no running. Ain't no running tonight. I'll never forget, me and Lubes are having a conversation, and Folk just falls asleep in the pork fried rice.
Oh, no.
Right? And he's breathing. You can see the fucking thing, and we're like, trying to fucking. At that point, we don't even give a fuck. And Chirpy's like, Lubes, Folk, get up. And when he got up, he looked up, and a bunch of rice came out of his nose. And we were like, yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember that story.
And I ended up walking home, blacked out. I don't remember. I could sit here for years and tell you I knew where I was going. I remember I had a blue sweatshirt on, like a light blue hoodie, and some other jacket on top.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you where I woke up. On top of the Chinese, by the funeral, by the cemetery, my mom's cemetery, on top of the corner before you hear Schützen Park. There used to be a little bodega there. It's still there. It's been there through generations. Now it's an Indian guy. But back then, it was. Now it's an Indian guy. I go in there to check up on my neighborhood. Now then it was a Cuban Chinese guy. And on Sundays, he would make pork fried rice and roast pork yakame, the nice pork with the red circles around it, fucking world class. He owned the building, where Jill Gutman lived.
Okay.
And Gnipganop, the Jewish girl. I forget what her name was.
Gnipganop.
Yeah, she had like a weird Jewish name.
What
And they
was
called her Gnipganop.
I remember. Man, I haven't thought about that in 40
What was her
years.
name? Like Rachel? Gnipganop?
Dog, if you think I just thought of Gnipganop, and that was the fucking name. I haven't heard that expression in 20 fucking years, Gnipganop. I remember waking up in between the walls. Outside. Like it was like 8:15 in the morning, and I woke up like pinned, like there was a little alley, and I was like pinned on that wall with another wall in front of me, and I got up. I only had the sweatshirt. I would survive. I'm like, I can't believe I didn't freeze. And I was staying with the Benders, and I just ran down the hill and went home.
You just never made it there.
The Quaalude had different plans.
Yep. Yeah, I could see that.
How many people were you doing Quaaludes? Like, how many people were doing Quaaludes?
He was a good guy. He was one of the good ones.
man.
I was
didn't
part of a
dabble
different
in
crew.
any of that. None of, To me, every time I saw somebody doing Quaaludes, it did not look like they were having a good time. They'd be sitting, you'd be at a party. I was always talking to girls. I was doing whatever, and I'd see like one of the guys would be doing Quaaludes. They'd be gray. They'd be sitting in the corner holding a beer, looking like half dead. That's what it looked like.
Did you dabble in acidics with us?
Yes,
So it was always me, you, and Lubes, I think.
pretty much. Higgins too.
And I remember one night we went to,
Well, he's probably going to shoot me for saying that. Delete that.
the night that we went to Gamio's party, and Folk was the devil. He was dressed like the devil.
Yeah.
And you and me spread up. And there was all these conversations going on. I'll never forget that. And every 20, 25 minutes, I'd look at you, and then we both look at Chirpy, and we go. And then we look at the conversation we were doing. Because we were having such a great time.
Yeah.
Were you at the times with us up at the movie theater by Carvel up in Fairview? Did you go to any of those late night movies with us at midnight?
I went to see, what was it? It was like, we went to see, it was like a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young movie followed by a Jimi Hendrix movie or something like that. We were at.
Yes. I also went to see Pink Floyd live on Pompeii. I mean, listen, you didn't know what was going to be there. I'm not going to sit here and go, well, no. You went up there, you took your chances.
Too.
Some of them were fucking god-awful, and some of them were pretty fucking good. Some of them were god-awful. Like the time Crowley, we got stuck outside for the midnight movie, and they wouldn't let us in. And the Carvel was right there, and there was a half-melted double cone with sprinkles and a couple fucking ants on it. And Crowley picked it up and started eating it. And the people, like, just let him in. Just let him in.
Special kind of crazy, that guy. Special kind of crazy.
We used to go to movies and rage. We used to do so many fucking things as kids that kids don't even think of today.
Nah, it was so much. Everything you did was outside of where, like you didn't stay home. You were never home. I go home, I sleep and eat. That was it. And shower, thank God. But yeah, you'd be out all the time. From 9 o'clock in the morning, we'd be out.
In the summers, we were gone, dog.
Yeah.
Gone. I look at my daughter in the summers, I'm like, what, this is it? This is fucking it? If they don't take you to a camp, I'm dead. Like, this is it. But then again, I don't want it with another kid down the fucking shore. That's scary enough. The shore, the ocean's fucking bad. Not for us. Again, we went down there in a different fucking. Listen, I swam. I'm fucking the real deal. I swam the Hudson,
Yeah.
the fucking North
Yep.
Bergen Lake, and the Jersey Shore, bitch.
Hackensack. We used to go fishing down on the piers in the Hudson. We'd skip school,
Yes.
bring cases of beer down there, and we would catch eels and throw them back. But when it got hot, you'd want to jump in. But the thing you had to remember is you had to throw like a stick or something in to see where the current was, because the current would pull you right out. So you had to find part of the current that was going to take you back to the pier so you could grab a piling and climb back up. But we used to do this half in the bag.
And I like how, like, in your mind, you're like, listen, I'll throw the stick, and then I'll know where the... did anyone ever drown?
No, because
Alright.
you watch the stick.
I could watch 18 sticks. I'm definitely going to drown.
See, it's that type
You're
of
not an
attitude.
avionic type of Jew. You know what I'm saying? You're
I can swim.
not like a floating type of Jew. See?
No, I don't float at all.
You never studied in Israel with those motherfuckers. They float underwater. You know. Now let me know again how you got involved in the band business. You always had a band.
The first time I saw there was a band on 51st Street that Johnny Rago was in when I was like 12 years old, maybe 11. And I remember watching them play on his porch. And every time they were playing, it was just loaded with girls in front of it. So I was like, I got to do that. So I started learning guitar again, because I first started when I was 7 and I quit. And then I picked it up again at like 11 or 12. And then every once in a while, they'd let me sit in with them on the porch. And from there, like, I didn't really do much in high school. But after high school, it was, actually, I really didn't do much little things here and there until I was much older. I was in my 20s. I ran into a buddy of mine on a train, in a PATH train. And he was like, hey, we're going to be jamming down at this place. Let's, why don't you come down? So I came down and formed a band with them. And then he went to follow the Dead, the drummer, and Johnny Rago joined. And I brought my cousin in. And that was the Cheese Bags. Talk about a silly ass name. But we were together for probably about 10 years, and then I took a bunch of years off with the kids. And then it's the band I'm in now, the Past Masters, for almost 20 years. The lineup has changed, but it's still, same thing.
I mean, it's a great band. You guys sound fucking great. Whenever I see you, it's great to see you up there. I try to focus on you and listen to the vocals. Fucking tremendous.
It's fun to be up there.
I still haven't gotten my tape from Overthrow that you were gonna lay down for me from Chris Cornell. You sound just like him on that track. You could pull it off with the acoustic. It's just crazy that you got into music. I would have gotten into music, but I would have pawned the guitar. You know what I'm saying? Like I was one of those crazy motherfuckers. I would have had a show for ukuleles some nights, a fucking harp.
Do you? Because when I found out you were going to be on, like, the last couple of years, I've had like a regular day job too, and I don't see a lot of people. It's more than a hobby for you, but like it's something that like artistic that you like to do. Do you think like it's important outside of like family and like work to have something like some sort of outlet like that?
Absolutely. It keeps me sane. And it just, I love music. There's nothing like playing with a group of guys and like hitting. Like, I mean, you're just in the pocket. It's almost as good as sex. There's no other way to describe it. It's one of the best feelings, ever.
And like, why do you think? I mean, they could just be that's the reason, but I mean, to keep it going for as long as you have, what kept you in it? Just like it's like fun.
It's fun, and it's the guys you're in the band with. You know, everybody gets along. We all have real jobs and stuff because you can't live on what we do, not anymore. But it's fun. I look forward to it every week. We rehearse. So we get together every week, and then, that's not just the shows. I mean, you work, and everybody puts time in, to learn things and to come forward with stuff. So it's just that whole creative process, even though we're not doing original music, there's nothing better.
And you know where you stand.
Yeah,
You've known where you stood for the last 20 years.
pretty much.
Pretty fucking cool. I noticed that too. And I spoke to Lee that there's different types of comedy you could do. As long as you're trying, as long as you're thinking, it's better than fucking sitting there watching Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Anything beats sitting there watching fucking TV. I get depressed some nights, like at 9. Like, what am I doing in my life? I never watched this much fucking TV in my life. It's sad. A football game, I could watch a quarter. And then I gotta go.
Yeah.
I got a lot of shit to do.
I can't sit and just watch something
No,
anymore.
I can't do it no
I
more.
have to. If I'm sitting watching something, I'm doing a puzzle or I'm reading a book. Like I'm doing like 3 or 4 different things at the same time. 90% of the time, and it pisses my wife off to no end. God bless her. The TV will be on, and I'll come in with a guitar, and she's trying to watch television. She's given up now. She's learned to give up now. She goes and she'll watch it in the bedroom, and I'll sit in the living room. But yeah, you will never be bored if you can play a guitar or play some type of musical instrument. That's for sure.
can't.
That keeps my attention.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's like, and I don't think it's they're sad, but like whenever I tell the people like at my day job that like I do comedy, they're like, wow, like it's very foreign to them, and I see a lot of them, and it's great. And so you took time off for your kids, but like it seems like a lot of people have work, they do stuff with their kids, and then they're in bed at like 8:30, and it just. That's why it's one of the reasons I love stand up, and I was interested, like, if it's similar for you. It's an outlet. It's like,
Oh, it's a huge stress reliever.
yeah,
It's a huge outlet for you. I mean, I don't know what comedy is like. I know I enjoy it, watching it, but it's if it's the same type of feeling. Where, when I'm done at the end of a night, I've put everything I have into playing. I'm tired. I'm sweaty. I'm tired. It's like if you look at, I can't compare myself, but it's like when you look at like a Springsteen show and you see him at the end of the night, you basically could wring him out.
right.
And that's when I'm done playing at night, just ring me out. I'm finished. Spent.
It's confession time. I was in a band in North Bergen,
You were?
the 6th grade.
What did you
What
play?
was the band?
I was a singer. A friend of ours played the bass, Dean LaPree played the guitar, and Ray Canella played the drums.
No kidding.
And then my voice went sour, like Michael Jackson. And that was the end of the fucking
You got
band.
that nice deep voice after that.
Yeah, but Levito used to let me sing on Fridays. Like, I like singing.
You could have played
I've
drums
always
too.
liked music, bro. Listen, I've always loved music. My problem is that I'm a fucking antique. So 20% of the stuff I listen to came out the last 10 years, maybe, if I'm lucky. Tyler Kennedy, whatever, and Slash and those guys. I like the jam that we like by Contraband. Right,
Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver. I like this Billie Irish shit, believe it or not. My daughter listens to it. It's okay in the cars. It's somebody not yelling, and I can hear the lady with the directions. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important lady I listen to. Make a left turn at 150 feet. Now I got to do the math in my head, 150 feet. But come on, man. 80% of the shit that's on is the shit I grew up with. Whether it's Spanish, rock, black music, soul music. It really is. I can't get away from it.
Yeah.
And listen, it was such I listened to a lot So when I revisit something, I haven't listened to it in 2 years. Like I was cracking jokes about Marvin Gaye, and I put on the Really Good album the other day, and it was fucking,
Yeah,
to hear
what's
this
going on?
motherfucker go off. And then I'll put on, what else now? I was listening to, because that's why I brought it up to you the other day. God damn it.
I can't remember either.
Yes, Fragile.
Okay.
Yes. Even that shit. I'm doing shit. I got to listen to something.
Yeah.
When I'm doing shit and I'm involved and I'm trying to clean something out, you got to have some type of fucking music on or you'll lose your mind.
agree.
That's what my wife got me a foot massager for Christmas. I go, listen, you got me another fucking gadget because my wife loves fucking gadgets. Last week, the gadget she had, I had a no temperature until I got to the doctor. He's like, you're 102. I go, but my wife's taking the fucking gadget, the thing that you roll on your head. They roll it. It's 98. No, I can feel the fucking heat in my eyes, but I'm not going to argue. But my wife, if she don't have a gadget, life's not working for her. She loves gadgets. I wake up in the morning, there she is in the morning, trembling because she's sitting on something for her neck. Would you just go to the fucking gym? You know what I'm saying? Like, it aggravates the fuck out of me. So for Christmas, I wake up, I got you a foot massager for your calves. I go, I'm going to use that once. Then it's going to sit over there and collect dust. I go, why don't you trade that in for a fucking tremendous? I'm talking about, I want to hear it come up through the walls. What do you call those? A Bluetooth?
A speaker?
Oh, like a.
So I made to get me a fucking
Sonos.
Bose.
Sonos, Bose.
That's what I miss. You want me to tell you what I miss at 6:30 in the morning? My fucking neighbor on Giving That Terrace, me blasting fucking In the Evening by Zeppelin, and the Jehovah Witnesses hitting on my door. Oh, please close the door. And my mom passed out from the night before. She can't even hear the fucking music, and I'm like, yeah.
You know what I still have in my basement?
What?
I still have my stereo from college with the big speakers. I got them all like surrounding the four walls, all pointing in. I still have a dual cassette deck, CD, and a turntable.
You could be a DJ now, too, part-time.
DJ.
Part-time.
Two turntables with a mic. Steve, it's been great to have you on, brother.
It's been great being here.
It's great to have you as a friend for fucking 50 years.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you for opening your home up to me and with your other crazy brothers.
Yeah, they're nuts.
And the music and the shed and the fucking stories and the people eating fucking cinder blocks when I walked in there. What the fuck is going on?
We had a lot of fun growing up, bro.
Yeah, we did, man. And it's why I'm here. That shit stayed with me to just the fact that you were neighbors with fucking Dee Dee.
Yeah, he was around the corner.
The butcher shop, the Longos, fucking hell of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? A walk up that hill for donations? Like we could,
The donations, yes.
Like-
I think it's going to be bets to see how fast we can get up.
dog, I look at that hill and I'm like, I don't know. That's got to be a 3-dayer. That's a 3-dayer,
Are you gonna
dog.
bring a tent? How are you gonna take 3 days to walk up a hill?
Bro, they'll pick us up at the spot where we passed out the day before.
Is it that bad?
It's up there. Because you forget that we were young. We had fucking HGH, baby leech. You had sperm in your toes. You had sperm
Yeah.
coming out of you.
Think about it. Every
Now
day I
it's-
went for a run, I would run up that freaking hill.
And you walked it twice a fucking day. You walked it in the morning. Either I walked the one by my house, and then you had to meet by the bottom of the hill, by
Yeah.
your house, and we'd walk up that hill. Sometimes with ammunition, with fucking bottles of Gatorade and a bottle of Poop-Off up in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And then you get to the top of the hill, and you're so hot from walking the hill, you're like, why are we going to get on the bus for now? Let's just walk it.
Yeah. We go through the
Walking through
cemetery,
the
too.
cemetery at night.
Right?
Seen the devil worshippers
Yeah.
and shit. I took a fucking shit one night in the cemetery on
What?
some old grave. It was like from 1834. There ain't nobody coming back from 1834.
I think they might have.
I took
You
a
didn't
shit.
shit it.
And when I
You shit on
Listen to
Well,
me.
I guess it's graves everywhere, so you had
there's
to.
like new areas, but if you get lost, there's like an area where they have like colonial soldiers back there. It's like you see a guy with a musket on one leg and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody coming
had
to visit
some-
those poor people.
They had some crazy. Remember those mausoleums? The one like a
You
a
think
pyramid?
I'm fucking kidding you? There's some scary shit in those hills.
Yeah.
51st Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all that down there, they'll stab you.
You
I
ever
took
look
my
at-
pants down, and I took a shit. I'll never forget. There was like a little, a cross, and it was broken. It was broken. Like it was shit. That whole area was nothing. But I take this shit. It's freezing. It's the night Freddie Prinze got shot, by the way.
Okay.
It's fucking freezing. I go to get up to put my pants on, and when I didn't take my dick out of the pants, it peed in the fucking pants, and now it froze. It was icicles. And I had to walk in my house with these fucking swimming pants on. My mom was like, what's going on here?
Your pee-pee pants.
Yeah, like, what happened? Nothing, Ma, nothing. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Just go to bed. Yeah.
It was good to have you on, my brother.
Ah, it's great to be here, man. Thanks.
Guys, thank you. I'm sorry about last week, about not showing up, but we were sick. I was sick. Lee was just fucked up, walking around New York with a scarf on like fucking...
It was cold.
Like a flying Nazi. You know, he's on the wrong side now.
At least I'm always flying. I appreciate
We love you guys. We'll be back next Tuesday after Election Day if anything's left. You know what I'm saying? If there's anything left, we'll get through to you cocksuckers. Tuesday. Up you bad motherfuckers. Uncle Joey back here with my buddy Lucio, Lee Sayat. What's up, Lucio?
What's up, Joey? Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, anytime. Lucio, how far back do we go?
Oh my God! Since you came to McKinley School, 6th grade or something, you came in sixth grade. I don't remember.
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade.
Sixth
That's
grade.
how far back.
Now, you were in the class with me? Levito?
No, man, it's so funny about that. I wasn't in 6th grade. No, I was in Miss Grabowski.
Miss Grabowski.
Miss Grabowski,
Okay.
and then Miss Grabowski got me to skip 7th grade. No shit.
And they put you in the 8th grade?
I skipped 7th grade. I remember towards the spring, I had to take a couple of classes with the 7th graders so I could skip 7th, but I went right to 8th grade.
Wow.
So I know you a long time, except you're like 300 years older than me. I'm much younger than you.
I don't know. You're younger than I am. I still remember you at my house lifting weights.
Dude, you want me
remember
to tell
that?
the story about lifting weights with you? We were training. There was some karate guy that hung out with you. I forgot his name. Some crazy karate guy. Always wear white tank tops. You know, like the guinea tees. Always wear a white tank top. And we would work out of your house, and you were supposed to be spotting me. He was supposed to be spotting me. I don't know where he went, but those weights fell right on my head. And I look, and I'm in pain, and he's over there in the corner cracking up with and the karate guy was lost. He was like, "What is going on here?"
Who the fuck was the karate guy? I can't remember his name with the white T-shirt.
Always wear a white tank top.
Oh
Always,
my God!
always,
I hung
always.
out with so many crazy karate guys.
I was gonna say you would tell stories about like he had basically had a karate fight club for a little bit, didn't you?
But that was in North Bergen with a kid named Mario Diaz. There was a Chinese-Cuban kid. His name was Mario Diaz. His father was a doctor. And I think Mario Diaz went to Fujia Pai Kung Fu. I went to Ishinru in Union City on New York Avenue.
35th Street.
No, before, when we were kids, there was Fujia Pai Kung Fu, and then there was Ushinru Karate, Kevin Norlander, Wayne Norlander. He was on 16th Street in New York Avenue.
I remember that.
The guy used to check your report cards. If you fucking got a B or a C, he would make you do jumping jacks and then put you on the side, and you had to do homework where everybody was flying through the air. It was fucking tremendous.
I remember.
It was tremendous. But we had, we're talking about North Bergen, right? We went
Yep.
to North Bergen first. When did you leave McKinley?
I graduated from McKinley in 77.
Okay.
And I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay in North Bergen. I had it all set up to go to North Bergen High School. I was going to be playing baseball over there. I was going to be playing basketball. I was going to be running track. And all of a sudden, my mom and dad said, "No, we're moving to Union City." I couldn't believe it. My whole life fell apart. So in 77, that summer of 77, we packed our bags and moved to Union City.
Wow.
Big change, big change.
And what school did you go to Union City High
I went to Union Hill, Union Hill High School. It was different. Union Hill, it was different. It was all mostly Hispanic, but it was a whole different ballgame. In McKinley School, the teachers really cared. They cared. They wanted you to learn. They were, you talked about when you had Mr. Barone here your last episode. Mr.
Yes.
Barone. You talked about Mr. Agresta. You talked about Mr. Miss.
Mr. Miss. Coño, no.
These people cared. I have a great story about Mr. Miss. Mr. Miss was the best.
Mr. Miss was in the class with us one day because one of our teachers got sick or something. And Mr. Miss was a good-looking blonde dude. The girls loved him. He looked just like Robert Redford with a mustache. He was yoked, and he was okay. And one day he was the teacher. They put both 8th grades together. And they said, we need to talk to you about something. We have an organization that wants to talk to you kids about helping them out. Okay. Mr. Miss comes in with the white dude. The white dude opens up his briefcase. I'll never forget this. Opens up his briefcase, and he starts taking notes on it. And he goes, how you doing, boys and girls? I'm here to talk to you about a disease that's hitting kids. They can't walk. You start walking, something fucked up. But then he goes, and they can only move 3 steps per every 30 minutes. And the guy goes, do we have any ideas on how we could take care of this? And Richie Colombo or somebody raised their hand. He goes, give them roller skates. And the guy looked down, closed the suitcase, went, I'll never forget that. And he goes, they told me not to talk to this class. That was one of the last times. Now, I don't know when was the last time I saw Mr. Miss. What's your Mr. Miss story?
Mr. Miss was a highlight. Like you say, he was a good-looking guy, strong, and he became the basketball coach. And man, we were great in basketball, street basketball. We played at the court on 28th Street.
28th Street all the time.
We played there all the time. David Ruiz, myself, a bunch of us. We
Lefty.
played there. Yeah, Lefty. Chucky used to come up
Chucky
once in a while.
McGreen
He was
would come
really,
up
he was really tiny. Remember Chucky? How tiny he was?
He's still
But
tiny.
he was fast, man.
Yeah,
he was fast and he was
fucking fast.
good. Very good. Anyway, so Mr. Miss comes in to coach us. And we were great at street basketball, but when we got in a court, man, we stunk. I remember one game they called the 3-second penalty on me like 10 times. We didn't know how to play in the court. We never practiced. I remember we used to say, let's go practice at Kennedy School down on 10th Street. And we used to walk down there in the rain, the snow, it didn't matter.
Outside. I
No,
told you
no
that. We
coach,
practiced
nothing. We'd
outside.
suffer. If anything, one time a week. So we were playing against all these other schools and we stunk. But Mr. Miss said, listen, wait, no. We would start winning. Every game we were winning by halftime. And then we would lose every single game. We lost every game, but Mr. Miss said, you guys dress up. Dress up. We'll get all the girls. You guys will get all the girls. Just dress up. Doesn't matter how bad you play. You guys will look good. And that's what we did with our little polyester shirts on and whatnot, the bell bottoms and stuff. And we'd go there and pick up the girls. That's what we did.
Who was on your team then?
Oh, man. I know. David Ruiz. I don't know if Martincito played. You remember Martin?
Chucky? Sure. I still talk to Martin.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I don't know if Martin played. I know Chucky played.
Peter Jimenez, maybe?
I don't remember.
Peter? What? We had some crazy motherfuckers in that school. Now, it's funny that, listen, basically we're both from Union City.
Right.
I grew up in North Bergen. I went to high school and grammar school for a few years, but I've been going to Union City since I was in fucking diapers, And I went to El Cortadito. This is how this whole shit started with you. I went to El Cortadito one day, and I'm there with my daughter, and, you're sitting outside. It's 80 degrees, and I'm looking around, and I see this building. I'm like, I know that fucking building. I keep looking at it and looking at it, and I go, that's where my father died. North Hudson
Hospital.
Across the street from the Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
And I went on a ride with my daughter. I'm like, bro, I know a lot about Union City. Like, I was here when 48th Street was just cigars going down the street. Yeah. It was just cigar shops. Fucking cigar shops. If you went from Bergen Line down to like Palisade or New York Avenue, or whatever the fuck it was. I mean.
You had the Colony Theater on 48th Street, remember?
The Colony Theater on 48th Street. We had that other theater. I didn't even know this. That fucking, what's the comedian, the old guy with the cigar?
George Burns at the Hudson Theater.
He met
Hudson
Gracie
Burlesque.
Burns in Union City at the Hudson Theater. Your grandmother, his grandmother grew up in Union City. She's telling me a story once that she used to talk to Fidel while she was waiting on the bus. Fidel would come up to her and talk to her. And she goes, I didn't know this fucking guy was, but he was a gentleman. She goes, I figured out years later he was Fidel. Like, Fidel started his revolution in Union City.
He has some meeting on 26th Street or
Yes.
some 20-something Street. He had a meeting with some people down there.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
And he got arrested.
Yeah.
He got arrested in Union City.
Fidel, you're talking about Fidel Castro?
Fidel
Yes.
Castro.
What was he doing in Union City?
That's where the revolution started. Union City, whatever part of Florida, where Tampa was or some shit like that, and Miami, when they were going to do the Bay of Pigs and all that. Oh, before the Bay of Pigs,
Before-
when he was
before
going to
the
take
Bay of Pigs,
over Batista's fucking job. But that all went down.
Are you Cuban as well?
Yes.
It's not my fault I was born there.
I know. Oh, you were born there too.
I was born there, yeah.
Because I was driving back from Jersey the other day, and you had told me, Joey, that like you moved, like your mom moved here partially because of like the sewing industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had a sign right at the Lincoln Tunnel, like New Jersey, the home of
Embroidery.
embroidery
The
since like
embroidery
1837.
capital of the fucking
That was
country.
true.
From the 1800s.
You know why?
Why?
The German machines, the Schiffley machines, they had to stand in solid rock. And the only area that had this solid rock, bluestone, Union City is based on bluestones. So that's the only place that they can anchor these, whatever, 2-ton machines. So the embroidery industry grew in Union City and West New York. It was huge. They did all the patches worldwide, everything. Everything came from Union City, West New York. Union City was the embroidery capital of the world. It's also the burlesque capital of the world.
The burlesque capital of the world. Too.
Yeah.
Do they need to reinforce it for that too?
They don't have no burlesque clubs no more, right?
No. You know how many? There was a lot of theaters in Union City. You had the cinema. You remember the cinema?
Coño.
The Hippodrome, the Lincoln Theater, the Twin State, which was on 48th, which CVS is on 48th and Bergen Line. The Colony Theater. You had theaters all over Union City, and there was a lot of people that started in Union City. You know, Frank Sinatra, when he was with the group before he went solo,
with
they sang at the Lincoln Theater on 32nd Street with Davis. You remember Davis Toy Store on Bergen Line Avenue and 32nd Street?
It was right there. That street.
Around the
right
corner
there.
where Mi Bandera was, that used to be a theater, the Lincoln Theater. Okay, before it became years and years ago, not the Park Theater, Lincoln Theater. And there you had all these big stars that performed there.
Now, the Park Theater is by the 4-Star Diner.
Right.
The best BLT for fucking years. My mother would stop
Yeah,
there at
it's a
3 in the
great
morning
place.
and get me a BLT and shit.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
How do you have the best just really good bacon?
There's really good tomatoes.
Okay.
Thick bacon, like it's back in the, now it's
could go
probably
for
like everybody
BLT.
else. It's
The best
fucking hog and it's
turkey
like,
club. Oh my God, the turkey club there.
What's that?
The turkey club.
The turkey club
They
is
made
still
turkey
good?
club. No, the turkey club sandwich there. No, they just closed. The diner closed about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, diner closed.
And my florist across the street closed. I had a florist. I'd go in there and bring flowers to my mother. I went in there. We're in Colombia. We're never coming back. I said, okay. That's how it works out. But it's so funny how, like, I was driving that day with my daughter, and I started telling her, I don't remember nothing about Union City until my father died. And then I remember we lived across the street from the grammar school on 29th and Central. Behind that, Robert Waters. I lived on that street. We had a garage and the whole thing. And then after that, I don't know what happened. And then we ended up in New York City. But my mother always had that bar in Union City. So wherever she went, I went. There was no fucking daycares.
You know who lived around the corner from you? You're gonna die. Tony Orlando.
In Marlboro?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Union City.
Originally,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Tony Orlando was from Union City, New Jersey. I mean, it's just fucking insane, And then I would just go visit, and I would walk. Because my mother had 29th Street, so it covered from 29th to 48th.
Right.
She would go, don't go past 48th Street. And you walk back and forth. But 48th Street, when we were growing up, we had our own little world there. I mean, Union City was probably one of the most unique little towns. Like, I could tell you 1,000 Saturdays that we went to the cinema. Like, the cinema is where I saw The Longest Yard.
Right.
It's where I saw Rocky. It's where I saw Tommy. I saw Bruce Lee. Fuck! They always had the midnight show.
Yeah.
And then you walk down Bergen Line, and you had Ponte Corvo fruit next to the
Yeah,
toy store.
that's right.
With a load of boxes.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Davis Toy
and we
Store.
would
There you
beat the
go.
fuck out of boxes. They'd be all over Bergen
Yeah.
Line. And then we'd run away because we thought the cops were going to chase. There was no fucking cops. Fucking crazy. And there was a go-go bar there. Right on 32nd
Yeah,
Street.
yeah.
Now, when I first remember being at my mother's bar, there was an Italian deli across the street. This is 66, 67, 68, that I would go over and they'd pick me up and I'd stick my hand, and he'd always give me an apple or a fruit or an orange or some shit. I didn't want no fucking orange. I wanted the candy. He had things of candy. Then he left, and the New Moon Chinese restaurant moved in there.
Oh, wow.
Like, there was just so many things. But the thing that sticks in my head the most about Union City was when I was about 7, 2 kids got kidnapped. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
When I was about 7, 2 kids got abducted by the towers, some tower in Union, Troy Towers or something like that, somewhere down Edison School. I don't even know if Edison School still exists.
No, that still exists.
Does it?
Yeah,
Good
I think
basketball
it was,
down there.
I think it was on 7th, right off of.
Right down there.
Yeah, right
And
off
then
of
they
Summit
found
Avenue.
the kids dead.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that just because I went to my mother's bar and I did all these things in Union City, I felt like I had to go. And I told my mom, I'm going to their wake. And she's like, what are you, fucking crazy? I go, I got to go. And when I went down, it had to be 2,000 people. And I'll never forget that I was like, this is Union City. This is real. These people fucking are out. And they're going to find this motherfucker and kill him when they do, you know? And then I remember that fire on 28th and Bergen Line. There was a bodega up the block from Hernandez, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
School these motherfuckers on the art of Cuban sandwiches. Yeah, these motherfuckers don't know nothing. And that burnt down overnight during the holidays. And I still remember going to my mother's bar, and the front was just filled with clothes, and people were giving money. And I don't, you know, I don't know how old I was, but he had 2 boys my age. 1993, I moved with George. I come back here, and I go to a gym in North Bergen. They own the gym. I paid for the membership, and they were like, you're Denora's son? Yeah. They go, here's your money. You remember when you took care of us in Union
Wow,
City
they
when
remember,
we were kids? They fucking remember. They go, you work out here for free, and we'll fucking train you.
Wow.
And that was all from fucking Union City. You know, like Union City, it's a small but a powerful little goddamn place.
Union City is a great city. It's
Yes,
a great little city. It's a great, and you know, for the longest time, we were the most densely populated city in the whole country. Into just a couple of years ago, that Gothenburg became the most densely populated city in the whole United States. But Union City forever was the most densely populated city in the country.
Now, does Gothenburg still have the record for the most bars per capita?
I have no idea.
I'm just blown away because you guys kind of like look alike. But like you guys have almost like the same beginning, and then like you come and you have the little thing in the suit jacket. Like you guys started almost exactly the same, and then like I can't. It's so crazy. You guys came from the same place.
Oh, it's gonna get better, cocksucker. So you graduated Union Hill. Where'd you go?
When I graduated Union Hill, I went to Rutgers. And I was going to go to New Brunswick, and then all of a sudden I was already working in New York. So I said, let me stay in Newark so I can work in New York. So I was working in New York.
Now, what were you doing in New York?
I was acting. I was an actor.
There you
Holy
go.
I was an
shit.
actor, yeah. I never thought in a million years, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a baseball player. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to date myself. In freshman year in high school, I won a dance competition. Disco was big. So I won a disco championship in New Jersey and New York. So that got me onto Soul Factory Disco. You remember Soul Factory?
Sure.
So that got me on the
I just
TV
drove past. it.
So they got me on that TV show. And it's so funny because I used to go to Soul Factory Disco. I was underage. And I remember my cousin used to wait for me outside by the side door and he was, give me his ID so I can go around and come in using his ID. And I was young. I was like, whatever, 14. So anyway, I got into the TV show. And every week I was on Soul Factory Disco. Sometimes I was featured, sometimes I was just a crowd, but I was on the show. And this is freshman year in high school in Union Hill. Nobody saw me.
I didn't see it.
Nobody like guided me to show business or anything. Nobody. I kind of sort of tripped into it.
Can you just explain what Soul Factory? It sounds like it was like what was that, Love Train, or what was that, Soul Train?
It was like Soul Train, American Bandstand, or something like that.
And it was just disco music, and you were just
disco
dancing
music.
the whole time?
And then you saw Karen Young. You remember Karen
Yeah,
Young would
yeah.
come on, and the Commodores, and all these people come and perform, lip sync, but they would perform in this little states that they had, and we were just dancing. And sometimes I got featured because I won the state, And there I met this couple, Jeff and Donna Shelley. They were a dance team, and I started taking dance classes with them. And then that was the beginning. And then I got into Then when I went to Rutgers, this kid that went to Union Hill with me said, "Listen, I was going to be an engineer." He goes, "I want to take you somewhere." I said, "Where?" took me to Rutgers, the Black Box Theater in Rutgers, Newark. I saw the Black Box Theater. I said, man, that's what I want to do. I want to act. Within a year's time, I was signed in New York. I was trying to do soaps and all that. I couldn't act to save my life. I couldn't dance. I couldn't sing. I had no ability, but I had the desire.
Obviously, you could fucking dance.
Yeah.
So I got into all these shows, and I got into the soaps. I did a bunch of films. I did a bunch of soaps. I did a bunch of musicals and plays and the whole bit, and that took me all over the world. That's what I did for a long time, for a very long time.
That's insane. Huh?
Sounds like you were pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I was all right. I was willing to stand on my head. The director said, do this, and I would just do it. I had, and plus I was athletic. So, you're athletic in the musical theater world, and so you're dancing masculine. They want people who dance masculine. So I did West Side Story for 5.5 years of my life every day, every major production. I did Chorus Line. I did Jesus Christ Superstar. I did Guys and Dolls.
Were you on Broadway or where?
I did the Broadway National Tours.
Oh,
I
so
did-
like the one that would travel around to the
Yeah,
cities?
so I did, for West Side Story, I did the European company, the national company, the world tour, the European tour, the Paris company, the Japan company. We were supposed to come to Broadway, and then
You
they
did
closed
West Side
it.
Story in Japan?
I did West Side Story 5.5 years of my life, every single day, 8 shows a week.
Could you still do it right now?
I have.
8 shows. I can't imagine doing 8 shows a week.
Man, it felt when you got off the tour, it felt like you have been to war. Everything hurt. Everything. My knees, my back, I played Chino in West Side Story, so I was shooting the gun. So I had tendonitis on my elbow from shooting the gun every night.
Fucking doing
It was a
plays.
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It's a lot of work.
It was a lot of
And a
work.
lot of commitment.
People
And
don't realize it.
people have no idea what goes into theater. Like, I've gotten auditions here for theater. I'm like, they better not call me.
No.
They better not fucking call me because they wanted me to do whatever, Guys and Dolls, 2 years ago at the
Oh, you'll be
Kennedy
great.
Center.
You'll be great in Guys
For the
and
one
Dolls.
guy, the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
crazy guy, and I was like, I don't know. And the guy called me up, listen, we really want you to do it, but we rehearse twice a day till fucking St. Smidgen's Day. And I was like,
I did Guys and Dolls with Lorna Luft. You remember Lorna Luft?
I remember the name.
Liza Minnelli's sister.
Okay, Lorna Love.
Lorna Luft. I did it with, you remember Steve, the guy who plays Steve in Married with Children?
Yeah.
He was in the company I did. You remember? Oh, Fish. You remember Fish? What's his name?
Abe Pagoda.
Abe Pagoda. He came in. They had to let him go. He couldn't do the role.
No, he's too old. You got to remember.
this is years ago. This is,
And I
you
know
but
he
he's
can't
still-
dance.
he's still- no,
'Cause
no.
He was 100 when he did The Godfather. He was 100 when he
Yeah,
did The Godfather.
Yeah, yeah.
I just seen at a restaurant. They always play Italian movies, and there was a part when he asked, "What's his name? Who gives a fuck?" But he was old then. He was old then.
So when I went to Rutgers, I was doing all the stuff in New York, and ICM signed me for commercials. So I would do all these commercials and stuff, So I was making a living at it, and that's all I did for a long time, and then until I ended up back in Union City somehow.
So you have your SAG card and everything.
Yeah, I got SAG-AFTRA and equity, everything for forever.
Equity too. I don't even have a fucking equity. After it's done, they're like mixed with SAG now.
Yeah.
So
It's not the
sucks.
same.
It's
Yeah,
not the
it's not the same.
So, I mean, you've done, I guess, have you ever done plays, Joey? Like, have you
All
done
the
plays?
time. You saw me doing fucking the King and I when I was flying.
Like, what one was your favorite, Lucio? Between all of them, between plays.
The most I mean, probably West Side Story.
Oh no, but like between plays, like commercials, TV.
Plays.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was a lot. When I was at Rutgers, that's what I studied. Theater. I wanted to be a theater actor. I never thought in a million years I was going to become a film producer and stuff like that. That was not my thing. My thing was going to be, I was a serious actor. In fact, I worked at, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Spanish Repertory Theater in New York. I worked there for 3.5 years. It's the premier Hispanic speaking theater in New York. And I worked there as a lead actor for 3.5 years. And I did everything. It's a repertory company. So on any given weekend, 1 weekend, in 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I did 5 different plays.
What?
So it's a true repertory company. So you're learning all these plays at once. You can be doing a classical play, a Lorca play, and then you do a contemporary play, all in Spanish. It's insane. When I got off a tour, I had just met my wife. And I turned down all these tours. And I started working a Spanish rep. The first script I got in Spanish, I was like, what? And my wife is, American. And she had to help me learn the script. Phonetically, I didn't know what I was reading. I never read in Spanish, So I was there for 3.5 years, and it helped me out for later on when I, becoming a commissioner and stuff like that. It helped me because then I was bilingual, That helped a lot.
I could speak Spanish. I could read Spanish. I could write a little Spanish. But Spanish auditions, I just tap out. I tell them I'm not interested. I can't because, listen, there was a show on in the late 90s on Telemundo. It was a Cuban family. Not
¿Qué pasa USA?
No, this was one that came later. And one day I got a call from my agent. He goes, go in there and read. They want you to read for the Cuban door guy. Well, I go down there, and there's all these Cuban people, and they're very nice, but they ain't Cubans like us. Okay? So I'll never forget, like, I read the role, booked it, went on the next day, and during rehearsal, I said a line, and they all were like, like they were fucking up-de-duty Cubans, right? And then we started doing the scene, and they all had problems, like that they were too fucking emotional, and he's not doing it right. La palabra esta. And I went to lunch, and they called me at lunch and said, you got fired, but they're going to pay for your aftercard. I said, fine, fuck it. $1,000 they took out of my future. And then about 20 years later, during COVID, I'm walking at that park.
Okay.
Where they did all the rallies by our house. And during COVID, the guy that played the cousin on the George Lopez show, he was on the show then as an actor. And he came over to me and goes, hey, man, I just want you to know, I haven't seen you since that day, but it wasn't me who got you fired. It was those other fucking Cubans. They had this stick up their asses. And I was like, okay, good to know. I don't give a fuck. I'll never read again. But that's why, because my Spanish is completely different than their Spanish. And when I say a weird Union City word, they fucking lose it.
Because we grew up speaking Spanglish. We spoke Spanglish.
But I spoke that shit that they came with you from the revolution.
Yeah.
Those people spoke differently. They cooked differently. They acted
absolutely.
differently.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a different fucking world. And it's still embedded in, like, it's still in my fucking soul how those guys walked around and how they and I don't know. It just, I can't. I've tried even, they always make me read for fucking Mexicans and Colombians. I get one Cuban, and it's not gonna work. Like, it just doesn't work. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I remember when Scarface came out,
Okay.
and I said, where are the Cubans? I know Stephen Bauer was in it. He's the only Cuban. But where are the Cubans? There's a ton of Cubans everywhere. The Cuban nuances were not there. You know? I mean, Pacino tried, his best, and it's a cult classic. But where are the Cuban nuances, that machismo, the way the Cubans talked, the way my stepdad talked, or your dad talked, and the Cubans growing up in Union City were different. They were tough, but it wasn't just the way they looked. You know what I mean? It was a whole different kind of Cuban, and that wasn't represented in the film.
Well, when they was getting ready for that film, it was little Angel Salazar, God rest his soul, that kind of prepped Pacino for a lot of stuff. But it got so bad that they didn't have no Cubans, that when they're working in the fucking in the coffee shop, and he quits. Remember that scene
I remember
when
that.
they quit?
I remember that.
Right before that scene, there's a guy who comes up and says, Oye, acere, ponle más jamón. You don't remember that?
I remember that
right?
scene perfectly. Yeah.
That's Angel Salazar off camera doing the
Oh,
voice.
really?
Yeah, they had no Cubans. And in their defense, you had Angel and the other guy. What a lot of people don't know is that movie was cast in Miami, but really shot in L.A. That's what I didn't know, that nobody knew. Over the years in L.A., I kept meeting people from Scarface, and I would ask them questions. In fact, I shot a movie with Pepe Serna, the guy that they cut his arm off.
Yeah.
And he told me he stole the extra arm, and he sold it for $75,000, the whole fucking thing. But he was telling me what happened. They were down there in Miami, and the Cubans shut them out. So they had to shut down, pay everybody for 6 months.
I remember
and
that.
go to California and start all over again. Like Tent City. I thought that was Miami.
Yeah, it
That's
wasn't.
under the 405. The house, when he goes to the mother's house, that's a little house by the airport in LAX.
Wow.
Like where they put fucking migrants or whatever the fuck they I don't know what they do. But all that stuff was LA. And then the two guys that shoot Tony in the disco, the one guy was my buddy. And he told me the whole story. He was an extra. He was doing extra work for the holidays to pick up money. And fucking, he was at the table getting coffee. And the director came up to him, or Brian De Palma came up to him and said, hey, what are you in this? And he goes, I'm a waiter. He goes, fuck that, you're a hitman now. And it made him an actor. He was always an extra. That was his first acting role.
Wow.
So he was telling me how they just had a lot of problems with that movie. They finished that, but that last scene, the shooting scene, did you ever know about that?
No.
That's Steven Spielberg.
Oh, really?
They were in Miami for a fucking director's conference. If you see who was shooting in they had like 10 cameras. So Brian said, every director come down here and get on a fucking camera and shoot. All those motherfuckers are in there.
Really?
All of
I
them.
had no idea.
Because there was a director's convention for like a week in Florida, something like that. But that's what the defense was on that. But listen, if you go to Hollywood, people get pissed all the time. Look at fucking Major League. They put Serrano. He ended up being the president of the United States on that fucking show. What? There's no other Cuban, But casting is fucking a different world.
But the movie became a cult classic.
Classic.
I mean, a ton of money. Ton of money.
And it came out on December 25th. Did you know that?
I had no
Scarface
idea.
got released on Christmas fucking day. So people were going to the movies thinking it was a family fucking movie. Did you see the premiere? Go on YouTube.
Man.
The premiere,
I gotta see that.
the funniest was the lady from Dynasty. When they said to her, "Are you leaving?" And she goes, "I've heard enough fucks for a lifetime."
But there was a lot of iconic things. When Michelle Pfeiffer comes down in the elevator, the one shot is beautiful.
Beautiful.
The one scene in when he's completely stoned out of his mind and he's talking to her, look at you, have a whatever as
You're
a wife,
fucking junkie and all this shit.
That scene was just unbelievable. So many great scenes.
It's a fucking great movie.
Yeah, it's a great film. It's a great film.
And I don't know. I remember when that movie came out, how it changed this area. Union City, listen, man, when you look at the statistics and shit, like the Cubans took it over, like you were talking about the Germans and the Dutch, and there was Indians there.
Yeah.
And then the Cubans started coming in like in 50, before the revolution, And they just built this beautiful little fucking community. They really worked hard.
When the Cubans came, Bergenland Avenue, there was no Bergenland Avenue. There was nothing. All the stores were closed. You had a bunch of Italians selling fruit from the fruit carts. My dad told me, my dad came in 65. He goes, Bergenland Avenue, all the shops were pretty much closed. The Cubans built it up. As the Italians moved out, we still had some Italians growing up in North Bergen. Italians and Irish and Germans, some Greeks, And but Bergenland Avenue was the Cubans built it up. All of Union City, all the embroidery that stayed for a long time because of the Cubans.
Do you remember Barbero Angelito?
Angelito, yeah. What was
He was
that?
across the street from the cinema. So if you were lucky, your
Yeah.
mom would give you $10 and you go see Angelito first. You'd sit in his chair. From the minute you sat down, Angelito made a fucking spectacle. His haircuts weren't good, but when you left there, you thought you were fucking Cary Grant. Okay, because he do the fucking thing, and they do like dust and shit, and then he'd be cutting your hair, and he'd go, "Mira que lindo," and he'd start with that. Oye, parece un artista, and he'd just be cutting your hair. No, un movie star. Como dice un americano, un movie star. And then he would fucking keep combing it. And at the end, even though a lump was long on the other, he put some spit on it, and he put purple lights on.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he'd
remember the lights?
Remember the
Oh,
lights?
my God,
This
yeah, the
motherfucker
lights.
sold you on the optical illusion.
It gives you shines.
And
Gives
then
you
he put
special
like disco
shine.
music on, and he'd move with you, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, that looked good." And you get home, your hair's all fucked up. You're like, "Fuck it, I ain't going back up
It
there."
all it was is like one of those floodlights with color in it. And he goes, give you special shine.
Why would you
said-
Why would you go back? If it looked that bad, after like the second or third time,
Because you bought it. You drank the,
Because
you drank the Kool-Aid.
It was the scene, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't the hairdo. You were paying for the scene. And then there'd be Cuban dudes there talking about ese huevo quiere sal and about,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were
yeah.
like 8, and they'd be talking about women. Mira, I'd fucking do this. And you're like, oh my God, these guys are fucking savages. Savages. Pastor music.
Pastor Music, that closed a couple of years ago.
Fuck, and it just, when I was a kid, it was 3 floors.
Yeah.
And then every time I came back, it would go to 2 floors, 1 floor, and then there was a strip club, not a strip club, it should have been a strip club. There was a club there in the 90s called the Players Club.
Yeah, where was that? Where was the place?
Right next to Pasteur. They
Yeah,
did-
yeah, that's right. That's
They
right.
did
that's
comedy
right.
there.
And
on
then became a
Tuesdays.
karate school. Yeah, I remember.
And I went up there one day, and there was 20 hookers. I got like $20 to do the show. There had to be 20 hookers up there, and one of them was a North Bergen girl. I remember I was like, "Dog, I know your sister."
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So, like, can you guys explain? Because I have no idea, but like, you both both born in Cuba.
Yeah.
Like, what is it like? It's crazy. Like, you both like Scarface. Like, all these. What does it mean to you to be from Cuba? Like that. How does that change your life, or how does it play into your life now? It seems like you guys have a lot of similar stories.
Go ahead, Lucio.
Growing up in Cuba, but I mean, you're born in Cuba, but you're raised in an area where you have this mix of all kinds of people. Like I said just before, we had the Italians, we had Germans, we had the Irish, and everybody called each other names, but everybody got along great. You could have a fist fight with this guy because he called you a spick one day, and you called him a guinea, and the next day you were hanging out. It was a different kind of thing. There was no one waiting for you in the corner to stab you. Everybody took care of each other. It was a different kind of thing. You know, everybody got along. I remember I drive down Kennedy Boulevard with my son on 27th Street. And I tell my son, this is where I used to hang out. This street corner right here. I used to play stickball, manhunt, tag, hide and seek. We played everything. We played football. And you remember Nabisco?
Fuck yeah.
We played football in Nabisco or Center Ford. We used to play football there. In the snow, bloody, the elbows bloody. And so we grew up in an area. There's a mixture of people, and everybody got along. It was a great place to grow up in. You know what I mean? So it was different than being born in Cuba, growing up in Cuba, coming here with this culture. No, you created this culture of a mixture of people.
So would you like? Obviously, you're Cuban, but like, would you say like you're more like this area of New Jersey? Like that's more of your personality?
I probably have more in common with you than with a Cuban coming from Cuba now.
Okay.
We grew, you grew up in this area. You understand the dichotomy of it. You understand the food. You understand the people. You understand the language, the attitude. It's different. Some Cubans come now. You can't really read them. You kind of sort of where's he coming from? Where someone from Union City, you know where they're coming from. You understand. Someone from North Bergen, you know where they're coming from. You know the walk. You know what when you know.
Right.
And it's different. It's different. So when people ask me, like even my son says to me, well, sometimes you tell people you're Cuban, sometimes you tell me you're American. I said, I'm American. I grew up here. I'm an American citizen. I gave up my citizenship years ago. I'm American through and through. I love this country. I'd do anything for this country. This country gave me and my family everything. It's a beautiful country, man. There's nothing like the United States of America. Nothing.
And that's what these fucking Salamukis don't understand. And then they want to fucking walk around and just fucking talk shit, Coming from a Cuban house, bro, whatever the fuck you think and whatever the fuck they thought, my mother was pro-American. And if my mother would have lived, I would have been in the army. Because these fucking Cubans felt that they saved their life. So now we have to fight for them. I mean, they're really pro-Americans, man. And they got fucked over and the whole thing. And some people forgave Kennedy. You go to some Cubans' houses, they got a picture of Kennedy with a bullet hole in the fucking thing still. That's some Cubans. That's the way it is. But when I was young, I didn't really know what it meant to be Cuban. I didn't really know. We came from such a... One day we're eating at an Ascalese house. One day you're eating at Johnny Black's house. One day, you don't really know until you become a man and you become older and you see what you're made of. And there was a lot of times when I walked into auditions or comedy clubs with my balls on the line and I go, you know what? My mother didn't come here for me to be a fucking punk.
Right.
My mother didn't fucking leave her family to come here for me to be a fucking punk. That's number one. Number two, I don't know, but I've always started feeling Cuban after I did time. When I went to prison and got locked up, that's when my Cubanazo came out. It just came out in prison. Like, I'll tell you, if you fucking touch me, I'll kill one of you motherfuckers. And it was just a state of mind. It's just a state of mind. being from North Bergen is a state of mind.
Yeah,
Those
absolutely.
days will never happen again.
Absolutely.
That
No.
was when I look at those North Bergen football teams. Nobody was bigger than 6 feet, and they fucking won a state championship. They were number one on the East Coast. That's little Italians that came from Hoboken.
Okay.
Because nobody knows the story about Hoboken, how the Irish wouldn't let the Italians pass 9th Street. When you do that to somebody, those motherfuckers get hot. So they came up here to smack Irish people. I don't know what it did. Half of the people we grew up with, at the end of the day, are all bloodline Hoboken people. Barone, Vinny Ascalise. I mean, there's 1,000 of them that are from Hoboken. Thousands of them. And I want to know what happened in Hoboken that made the kids I grew up with, the kids you grew up with, animals. We were fucking animals. You know, we talk about the Peter Jimenez. That dude was jumping out in front of a car and getting hit by a car to sue people. And finally, one day, he jumped in front of a car that killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
Wasn't Peter like 17 in 6th grade or 7th grade?
Yeah,
something like
he
that?
got the pilot program.
I swear to God, he was 17
bro,
in
he had
7th
hairy
grade.
legs and hairy armpits.
Yeah.
And he's playing
That's the
basketball
truth.
and
Fuck his
shit.
arms.
That's
What are
the
you talking
truth.
about? His way to make money was to get hit by a car.
And sue him on Kelly Boulevard.
crazy.
And about 20 years ago, he jumped out in front of a car. And
You
just,
remember this guy, Merck? You remember Merck? They used
Danny
to cl-
Merck.
Yeah, they
the
used to climb
thickest fucking
buildings.
glasses.
He used to climb buildings like a Spider-Man. It's crazy. He used to climb any brick building. I think he died. Didn't he die? Passed
No,
away?
Did he
he's
fall
a-
off of a building?
He's
I don't
another
know.
guy. Looked like he's combed his hair with a
Yeah,
chemistry
exactly,
set.
exactly.
His hair was fucked up and had these little bottle glasses.
Yeah, yeah.
But that motherfucker was a solid dude. He fucking stabbed 3
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans for he was
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, he
that
did or
dude was
would?
crazy. Now let me ask you a question so we can really get this party started. Tell me that you lived on 26th Street with all those animals.
I lived on 27th and Kennedy, right off Kennedy Boulevard.
So you did, but you hung out with those savages down there.
Yeah, I used to what? Liberty Avenue. We used to take going down to Liberty.
But you didn't go to 26th Street for the projects down there.
Man, you
With
go to
Martin
26 where the
Cito.
Puerto Ricans are. We used to.
I used to hang with the Puerto Ricans
Oh
on
my
Central.
God. Yeah, Central
but
Avenue.
If you go over down that 26th Street,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
where Alex Carvajal
Yeah,
lived.
yeah.
And Maria.
Oh no, down 26. That was great. Martin Cito lived there. Alex Carvajal, great guy. Maria and I worked in Tom McCann's together, and she had a hot rod. I think it was her brother's, and she let me drive it one time. I was put my foot down to her. I spin the wheels. What are you doing to my car, man? You spend all the gas. You're burning out the tires. Great girl, Maria
I still
Carvajal.
hit Maria and go, it's never too late. We could still do this. And when she comes to my shows, I tell her, Maria, let's go.
She's great,
Let's end
great girl.
this shit. Let's go to Cuba. Big, like her brothers.
Oh, really?
fucking young. Oh, she's big. You know,
Yeah,
she's always
yeah.
taller than all of us.
Nice girl. Yeah, I used to hang out down there. You remember they moved all those people out. Remember at one point?
I
On
don't
26th Street?
No.
Louis Arias. You remember Louis Arias?
Yeah.
I used to hang out with Louis Arias, Martincito, David. Jim, you know Charneco? You remember Jim Charneco?
No.
Jimmy Charneco. He used to live on 28th
I remember
Street.
like Alfred Osley. and
Yeah,
I
all these
remember
guys.
Dean Lepre.
And
and-
Dean Lepre, the brothers,
and
yeah.
the Percasino brothers,
Yeah,
the one
man,
that just
yeah.
died. That was down there. That was like North Bergen had all these neighborhoods, 26, and they all kept up to themselves. But that neighborhood down there was off the chain.
Yeah, it
because
was
they would
great.
always battle Union City on Halloween and go up there with fucking
Oh, my God.
socks with flour and eggs and
On
shit.
Mischief Night?
Oh, it was
man.
on down there. That was mischief neighborhood. But the thing I remember the most was the light bulb company,
Duratest.
Duratest.
Yeah.
That they used to throw their light bulbs out and all their bulbs, like if they were defective.
Yeah, yeah.
And Juan Ali, the Ali brothers.
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
Juan and the other brother,
I remember the brother. I remember that Ali brother.
Juan and Carlos. They used to go to hookah houses when they went to 6th
Oh,
grade.
my God.
There you go.
Yeah.
I gotta go
oh
to
my
piss,
God.
but when I come out, we're gonna finish the story. There you go. They were in the 6th grade, and their dad would take them to the city, and they would come back on Monday. Like people were like, I went to the cinema, I went to roller skating. He's like, man, we got our dick sucked by some black girl for
Yeah.
$10, and you're like, what the fuck?
And we'll take a break, but how does this relate to light bulbs?
Because
They lived right by
they
on top
lived
of the
next
hill.
door to the
Yeah,
light bulb
yeah.
place.
Oh, okay.
And we would jump the garbage can, take the light bulbs out, and beat each other up. Everybody went home white because it had white powder in it from the fluorescent. Everybody had fucking white powder on them every night.
Juan Ali, he was the first guy that talked to me about girls, the nitty gritty,
Oh.
What you
Oh,
got to
he was
do?
fucking hookers in
Oh
high school.
man, yeah.
So we had a kid, McKinley Juan Soto.
I don't remember.
Good-looking Cuban kid.
remember him.
He got a girl pregnant. He quit school in the 7th grade. He was
Seventh
I gotta
grade?
Go. I gotta go.
I didn't even kiss anybody in the 7th grade. Take a break.
With the Ali brothers.
No, Juan Ali. He was
Juan
the
Ali.
first guy that talked to me about girls, about the nitty gritty, what to do, how to do it.
So
And I was like, how
what,
does this kid
what,
know?
what grade were you in, do you think?
I was in grammar school.
Grammar school.
I was in grammar
And that's
school.
like up to 5th grade?
6th. I know I met him in the 6th grade. And every weekend, him and his brother, he was on the level. His brother was not all there. He got hit in the head with a rock or something because he wasn't all there. And one day we were outside at his house. A bunch of us, Martin, Julie, Martin's cousin who died. God rest his soul. And we were throwing light bulbs. And they were throwing shit at me, and I was on the roof. So I took a rock and I threw it up in the air. I just threw it up in the air. And all of a sudden I hear, oh, and I go down and it hit the younger one who wasn't all there. And he had a big lump on his head with a blood thing. And he just got up like, no, I'll take a soda. You want a soda? I'll take a soda.
Oh, God. No, 26 was a great place to hang
That
out.
was
we
a
had,
great place
We
to
had
hang out.
so much fun there. It was unbelievable. Mischief night. Nothing exists like mischief night now with the eggs and the flour. You know what I did one year? I'm Cuban, so I didn't know about the white flour. I put the real not the kernels, but the yellow flour. That doesn't give
shit.
powder, and you hit someone over the head. So I hit them over the head with a rock.
Yeah, no,
So that's
that
what I
shit-
put in it. I had no clue. I had no clue.
I don't know if you were there that night. We were all stuck on, had to be 76, 75. We were all stuck on buying glue and then writing your initials on a tree and lighting them on fire and then blowing it out. Everybody was doing it. You go up and down 26, because that's funny you said West New York's got no trees. When you walk up and down fucking North Bergen, they got all these trees on 26th Street, and they planted new ones in the middle. And one night we're coming home from somewhere, and Martin's going, I'm going to put so me and Julie and maybe you, somebody else, there was a couple of us, we're sitting there watching him on the steps like a lookout. And he's putting MP. And all of a sudden, he looks at us, he goes, yeah. And he lights the fucking initials, but the thing goes, and there's like a tree, right? There's like a tree. And the limb is catching on fire. And Martin's hitting it with his hands and going, I go, Martin, it's over. And before Martin could put this thing out, a little fucking fire truck came, like a little inspector, and threw him on the floor. We ran.
Is he still in jail?
Who?
Martin or who?
Martin's in North Carolina. Good kid, really good
But
kid.
at some point in the 70s, just before I moved to Union City, they had everybody move out of 26th Street because they wanted to renovate all those buildings.
Oh, that's right.
And everybody had to move out, and it killed the vibe. Then it was dead. There were no kids around anymore. Then they started doing Section 8 and all that kind of stuff, and there were no kids around anymore. So everybody, that's when Martincito moved out, Luis Arriaga moved out, the brothers moved out, everybody moved out. Everybody left. And there were no kids there. For years, the place was vacant. They were fixing up all the apartments. I remember I was devastated. I was devastated when that happened.
I kind of remember them cleaning that out. Even like when I drive by Centerford, Tom's.
Centerford was great.
Tom's Diner.
Tom's Diner, man. Oh, I just told my son, oh my God, Tom's Diner
Fuck.
is this little place right in the corner of 27th, between 27th and 28th Street. I had my first cheeseburger there. You know how much it cost? 64 cents for a deluxe, and it came with fries and a drink with a second drink. 64 cents, and it was an expensive burger then. I couldn't believe it.
64 cents. How did they get the 4 cents?
I don't know, 64 cents.
That would piss me off.
My dad, we lived in that building there where Tom's Diner was.
Okay, that's where you
And
live.
my dad was the super. When he came from Cuba, he was the super there, and he was the dishwasher at Tom's. And then eventually he bought Siglo 38, whatever it's called, Siglo whatever. And then he started buying, he got the bars and the buildings and stuff like that.
You lived across the street from Lourdes Ramos.
Yes.
And I'll never forget, I was talking to them, this is what I'm telling you, about being Cuban. Like, some people could take it, some people can't. I went over to Lourdes' house, like on a Saturday night, and everybody was okay. We were going to some dance or something. And her mother was there, and her mother was dressed up. And she wasn't the best-looking woman you ever seen, but
she was nice people.
But she was
Just
nice
good
people, and your mom always said,
Clara.
And I said, oye, Clara, está de enganche. Oye, Clara, está de enganche. vas a salir esta noche. And 2 days later, the lawyer's like, you're not allowed in my house no more.
What does that mean?
Like, I don't know. What does enganche means? Like
You're
ready.
hot, you're hot, you're ready to
hot.
go
You're
hook up.
looking for a
You're ready to
fucking
hook up.
victim. That enganche means I got the hook out. You know what I'm saying?
She made Lourdes and her sister Iris. They're in social media. I follow Iris a lot.
Really?
Yeah, she's great. Great girl. They're both of them great people. And her mom, I loved her mom to death.
Loved her mom.
Her mom made the best espresso in North Bergen by far, and she made this white rice with a little salchicha. What do you call those?
Yeah, arroz con salchicha.
Yeah, arroz con
Oh, the
it
yellow
was-
rice?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she
Oh my
made the
God.
best. She made the best.
That's fucking.
They were
That's
great.
poverty food for Cubans.
But-
But it's works.
But it was great. It
yellow
was great.
with little hot dogs in it, those little links and shit. You put a little sauce in that motherfucker and you make believe it's a lobster tail. You're like,
I want to go back with Lourdes. We used to hang out. You remember McKinley School when you came down the ramp, coming down from the bridge. Okay, there's a little ramp. And there's a little wall there before the gym, right next to where the gym is.
Yeah.
We used to sit there, and used to hang out with us there. And he turned me on to Richard Pryor. It was always imitating Richard Pryor, and the Honeymooners. The honeymoon. I had no idea what the Honeymooners were, and Richard Pryor. You were always doing Ralph Crandall.
Fuck yeah.
Always. And Richard Pryor, he had us in stitches crying, and Lourdes was there, David was there, Martincito, myself, and a bunch of other people. You know, I remember that clear as day, as though it was yesterday.
Do you remember any of the? Because he on the podcast for years would talk about loving Richard Pryor. And I love that he
The
just
thing
farted.
with Richard Pryor as a vampire, the whole sketch
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
vampire,
yeah.
so
When
he's
he
do it
goes-
to a T.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
There was no one as funny. I can tell you that 100%. Not because I'm here with him. There was no one funnier
have a
than
good
Coco.
time.
And you're saying
No
that even
one.
after he dropped the weights on your head.
Even then.
Even
No, after the weights, I laughed. I told the story when we reconnected years ago. I tell I've been with my wife almost 27 years. I've told that story 100 times about the weights, and I looked at this fucking guy was just laughing. The karate guy with his guinea tea, he was just looking at us like, what just happened? The whole weight fell on my head, and he's just laughing. He's supposed to be spotting me. I wasn't strong, you know. It was crazy. We had no gym class in McKinley to make me strong.
We were talking about Hernandez, and I want to talk to you
Hernandez.
motherfuckers about Hernandez. Hernandez was on 28th and Bergen Line,
Yeah.
right by the thing
in the
there.
corner.
Hernandez was open till about 3. Look, my hands get itchy just thinking about fucking Hernandez. Hernandez was open till about 3 or 4. I don't even know when it closed down.
I don't know.
Maybe the mid 80s. I thought he had 2 sons that took it over. He had those 2 big
Yeah, yeah,
boys. Like everybody always tells me how good Cuban sandwiches are now. Go to this place, go to this place. This one's got pepperoni. Listen,
the way that wasn't me. Don't look at me. I didn't tell you about a
Listen.
pepperoni place.
There's no pepperoni Cuban sandwiches.
fucking Hernandez, you went in there and the ham and the Swiss were already on the bread, and it was packed, and it was a big one, and there was walls
Yeah.
of just sandwich bread with the Swiss and the thing. And you come in, you right there, he had a glass in front of him,
Yeah.
and you go, hey, none, I'm un cubano, ahí. And he fucking cut a piece of pork off right in front of you. None of this, for you motherfuckers that want to sell a Cuban camp sandwich with pulled pork, I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking kill you, okay? There's no pulled pork. None of that fucking bullshit. So, right or wrong, these
You're
fucking
right, you're
jerk
right,
offs.
you're right.
You had the Cuban. I wouldn't eat your fucking Cuban. You're fucking from Ireland. Why would I make, they were, pulled pork. This guy would slice white meat pork. And then he had jamon, the fucking ham to give it even more flavor. And he'd take a fucking paintbrush, brush that motherfucker with butter and put it in there. And then you tell him to make you a guarapo, that sugar
Oh
cane
my God,
juice
yeah.
with fucking tons of ice. Are you fucking kidding me?
That was the real
Did
deal.
he have? Lucy, do you know a place? Joey's been teasing me for years. I'm still fat, but I used to be a lot fatter. He's been teasing me with a preparata sandwich, the Cuban sandwich with the little croquettes on the bottom.
That's my wife's favorite.
Oh,
That's the
where do you
best,
get
man.
that?
You can get in Las Brisas. You can get croqueta preparada. That's what I get all the
We might
time.
go to Los Brises.
Croqueta preparada.
Oh, you.
But Hernandez. But this is when Swiss cheese tasted like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Not like now it tastes like paper. Swiss cheese tasted like Swiss cheese. It was the real deal. When he's talking about ham, it was ham. It was ham. It was the real deal with mustard and the butter. It was, oh my God. Hernandez restaurant was the best Cuban joint in all of the area.
And all they had was the sandwiches, or they had
No,
everything?
I don't know what they had on the.
They had this. I love to brag about. They had the best empanada, meat empanada. And my dad, he had a bar. He worked in a bar, so he closed down the bar. He would get empanadas and show up at the house and say, "Wake up!" I saw this mirror behind my door with some sun thing that's made of metal, and he would open the door like 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning. So I jump up. I have empanadas. Get up. You got to eat this with the guarapo. I would get up and sit in the bed and I eat wolf down 2 empanadas. I would fart all night. But those
Cubans
empanadas
wake you up at 3 in the morning.
I know. I was just thinking about it with your
They
mom.
don't give a fuck, okay? If they come in and if let's say my mom comes over and we were sitting on the couch and we eat potato chips, 2 in the morning. You think that lady cooked from Goodfellas? Tommy's mother? Shit. And I'm talking my mother would pop up a paella late night and wake me up, a fucking boliche.
Yeah.
Con arroz con frijoles. That's the shit they cooked at 3 in the morning. When you went to school, you're like, what the fuck? Why does my house smell like fucking
My mom, my mom had the pressure cooker
Okay.
to make the beans, and she used to go to work and leave the pressure cooker cooking the beans. She used to prepare them the night before. I forgot marinate them and shit.
Yeah.
And then she would leave the pressure cooker cooking. She would go to work and come back from work and finish up the beans, and then we had this fresh beans every single night. With everything. My mom cooked everything. Oxtail, rabbit. If it moved, she cooked it. It was just, she cooked everything, but everything was delicious. And to me, everything was chicken. She said, it's chicken. But what is this, Mom? It's the little chicken. But she gave me everything.
Just
We ate
so
everything.
you wouldn't
Deer,
complain about
everything. Everything. We ate
I
everything.
remember when we lived in New York, we used to get cantina.
Yeah, cantina. That was
What's
big,
that?
man.
They dropped the food off in front of your house in like little bowls stacked on each other with a thing, and it had like white rice.
Meat. He had a white rice. He had
So just like
beans, he had
a
meat.
meal prep before meal prep?
Yeah.
No. This was your food was cooked. Ain't no
was
meal
cooked.
prep.
They
Ain't no
cook-
fucking meal
You,
prep.
you have little containers, one on top of each
One
other.
on top of the other with a metal thing at the top. Some of them even gave you fucking Cuban coffee.
Yeah.
And a flan. For
So
dessert.
you have rice, you have beans, you have the meat, then you have like plantains or maduros or whatever,
Okay.
And you had the whole meal for the family.
You know what? Since we're talking about food, he's talked for years about Cuban Chinese food. Do you have any
Chino Latino, that was the best.
Yeah,
man.
what do you think about that?
Oh, that was great. What's it?
La Campana China and 57th and Bergen
That was
Line.
the best.
La Campana China.
There's
That means
nothing
the,
like Chino
the
Latino.
Chinese fucking bell, cocksuckers.
Nothing like Chino Latino. Nothing,
my
nothing,
God.
nothing.
And what
nothing.
would you get? Like, what's your Chinese Cuban food order? Like, what would you get?
God, we got everything. You can get everything. You can get. I would get always the chicken fried rice. Back then, now I don't get. I now get vegetable fried rice. I'm more modern. The chicken fried rice, but you can get it with plantains, with sweet plantains.
Yeah.
And then you can get a bistec, bistec empanizado,
Empanizado.
What's that?
breaded steak,
Breaded steak.
like a skirt steak but breaded.
I used to get the pork chop with the pork fried rice, an egg roll, and some tostones.
Oh, tostones.
I feel like you got that only a year ago when you went.
Damn,
like,
wow.
already done.
Wow, you're making me hungry.
Oh, no, I'm
Chino
hungry.
Latino was.
Chino Latino was fucking the real
And then we
deal.
had the other. Then we had the other side of the coin. We had this place, the Polynesian place on Kennedy Boulevard.
My guy.
Tremendous.
The food killed you. They finally closed it down because they found cats.
They caught
in the
him. They caught
refrigerator.
him cooking cats.
They caught
No,
him cooking
I
cats.
swear don't tell me
God.
that.
They did.
Don't tell me
They
that.
were hanging in the freezer and shit. And they always gave you a lot of grass with the food because there's a cemetery in the back. They would just go back there. What does he want? Go, yeah, I thought. And he'd just take a handful of the grass,
Yeah.
whether the cat pissed on it or whatever.
Fucking cats.
They were feeding cats. They were.
You can't tell me that.
They were
He's been
cooking
saying I just moved to New York and like I am a little
You can
scared to
smell
get
the cat
Chinese
in
food.
New York.
I don't want to eat
You can
cat.
smell it. You can smell it. You see the
What does it
kids.
smell like?
It
don't
smells
know, I
like
never ate
it smells like a kid's tears. That's what it smells like.
But I swear to God, they caught him cooking cats several times. Not just
Several
once.
times?
Yeah. They finally closed them down.
Who
They
would
couldn't-
go after the first time?
They couldn't help themselves.
Bro, they had an all you could eat. That you just went in there, close your eyes, and pray for the best, okay? They gave you spare ribs.
Cat
And they
ribs.
cut them in half, and you could pick up the thing. I remember one day we were picking up the thing, and the guy's like, no.
Yeah, I don't think you were supposed to pick up
The tray of
cat
them and take
spare
them
ribs.
to go. We had so much. Now I remember where there was a fucking a go-go bar. Yeah, it was on 32nd Street, right up from the newsstand.
Yeah.
That's in the late 70s. There was like a burlesque bar. And I would go up there to get my mother. My mother would drink up there in the afternoon. I'm like, Ma, what the fuck?
You know, Union City has so many. Union City had the transfer station downtown.
Yep.
That's where the old trolleys used to turn around and come back uptown. The whole area was full of clubs, nightclubs, cabarets, and everything. Burt Lancaster worked down there as a dishwasher. What's her name? Deborah Harry worked down there as a waitress at one point.
Now, Deborah Harry and Pat Benatar shot a movie in Union City.
Yeah, Union City.
Called Union City.
Holy shit!
Right on Summit Avenue. There's a building in the corner of Summit and 18th Street. That's where they shot it. Wow. In that apartment building. Crazy.
And speaking of Union City, were you ever like? Do you remember Joey's mother's bar? Were you around for that?
I was around. But I didn't frequent it. My dad owned bars as well.
Right.
So
You
our
own
dad-
the 50, like Café La Tita.
Café Tita and La Última Copa.
Yeah,
My
Café
dad
La
owned.
Tita.
So all the Cuban proprietors knew each other. They were all like gangsters.
I was gonna say, was there like a war? Did you guys hate each other, or you guys?
No.
But he was at my house. My mother was there that day when he got hit with the barbell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was we all worked together. Everybody was friends. There was a guy on 33rd Street. His name was Boyo Triste. And he had a bar. That means sad pussy. That's way before big pussy. That was 77. Everybody called him Boyo Triste. And then that whole area there was fucking tremendous. And I was telling Lucy on the phone the other night where my mother had the first restaurant was across from Union Hill. 38th.
38th, right.
And there's a little refrigeration.
Yeah,
place.
I know the place.
Then on the corner now it's some medical supply. But in that was fucking the hottest corner because you had Carvel on the corner. Next to it was the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Okay, the bottom of the barrel is the real fucking deal.
That was beautiful, that place.
If you read Henry Hill's book, he talks about the bottom of the barrel. He was at the bottom of the barrel. We used to stop at Union City and get a drink at the bottom of the barrel. And on top of that was Fujia Pai Kung Fu, which is probably still there. But then I remember that, and if you walk towards Kennedy, there was like a pharmacy, because one day they were loading a truck, and we robbed it. Like in the 6th grade, we robbed one of the little boxes. It was a box of condoms. And we didn't know, bro, we were like 10, and we all had condoms.
Yeah.
Purple condoms and shit. You're like, what are we going to do with condoms? We tried to sell them. Get out of here with those things.
Everybody had a condom in their wallet. They have
their
no money,
wallet.
but a condom in their wallet. Nobody used the condom. Nobody used,
No, it was just to talk.
hysterical.
Pa
Just
meter little
to
mate.
say, I have a.
Pa meter little mate.
Yeah.
A mate was when you make out with a chick and shit. Oh, my God.
What did you think of Joey's mom? I don't think I've met anybody else who knew Joey's
Oh, she was
mom.
very nice. Very, typical Cuban mom. Really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, the way I remember her, like really, really nice. I walked in, very friendly.
The bar was great, man.
Well, even just in general, just like, I mean, I guess George, maybe you knew his mom? Didn't? No, I think you're the first person I met.
You got to understand, Cuban parents, like my stepdad was my stepdad. He was a tough guy. Wore a suit, always carried the whole bit. He'll pistol whip anybody in a second. No, he would come home a lot of times. My mom cleaning him up or or throwing out the suit. Pistol whipping this and that because you had to be really tough. It was no kidding. But at the same time, he would show up in the middle of the night, not only with empanadas. I remember one night specifically, I'm asleep. I'm in school. I'm in high school. He brought a cat from the street, a black cat, and he threw it on top of me in the bed. Can you imagine you're asleep and you're a teenager and someone throws a cat on you? That's the kind of stuff he would do. One day, we're having like a Christmas party. My aunt is coming, this and that. And we had a little apartment, and everybody's having a good time. He shows up with a homeless guy. Napoleon. Napoleon was his name. I'll never forget, Napoleon. He brought him over to have Christmas with us. A homeless guy. That's the type of guy he was, So they were this tough, outer people, but sweethearts. So when you ask me about Joey's mom,
right?
She's probably, when she has to be at the bar, she's probably tough as nails. But at home, she was a mom.
She was a mom.
She was a mom.
And she loved these guys. Anybody who came over, she always fed them.
But everybody got
There was
along.
no macaroni and cheese. My mom would give you a brand new steak out of the fucking box. Jack.
Oh yeah, you didn't eat like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in
No.
those days.
Did
That's
she
the
like
stuff.
other Cuban kids? Like not more, but like was it like special when a Cuban kid came over?
Yes and no. I liked
No?
everybody to come over.
No, I know you
And
would,
then-
but
and those times you went over people's houses and they feed you and drive you to places. It was
Yeah,
fucking crazy. Like
I remember, man. I lived on 27th Street in the corner. I played baseball up on 64th Street in North Bergen. My mom would give me whatever, a quarter, 30 cents to take the bus.
Number one.
Number one. And that was me with my borrowed cleats and my glove, taking the bus by myself, crossing the boulevard by myself. This 9, 10 years old, driving, riding the bus all the way up by myself, crossing the street again, playing baseball, coming home. There was no like bottled water, like kids, you go play. My son goes to play soccer now. He has a Gatorade on one side, a bottle of water on the other side, with 2 different pairs of shoes in his bag.
And a fucking bag to carry. Nothing. We carried
nothing. We had nothing. We had
Nothing?
nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
If there was a hose, that was golden.
All
drink
this
water?
bullshit about dehydration,
Oh, man.
we would have died
Bullshit.
50 fucking years ago.
Kidding
It's
me?
all bullshit.
Lead pain, dehydration. all this kind of stuff.
Dehydration, rusty water. I don't know what these fucking. I feel dehydrated. How do you feel fucking dehydrated? It's 90 degrees. You think your grandfather stopped doubles for some faggy kid? Nobody was dying back then, right?
No, nobody.
Every year now, somebody died. Oh, it was too hot. Nobody was fucking dying. They were running fucking 76th Street hills, okay? So get your shit together. Feed your kid what you're supposed to, and he won't,
But if you came over to one of our houses to eat, you wouldn't get like a peanut butter and jelly
No.
sandwich. You
No.
get a plate of rice and beans, a steak, a chicken steak, whatever.
Llévate
gonna
algo
love your
para
house.
go. Y llévate algo to go.
Yeah, and
Sure.
take
How
something
they
to
would
go.
say to you, algo to go, Paulita.
Yeah.
Holy shit! And then, cause I didn't realize how like you guys were in the same spot. And I'm not trying to get you to incriminate anyone in your family, but Joey's talked for years about like the numbers and like doing that.
Everybody did the numbers.
Everybody
racket.
got it.
Everybody. They did the numbers racket, and in the bars they did I think called charada. It's a gambling game
The gambling game.
where every number is associated with a saint or with something.
With a Chinese.
A Chinese thing, yeah.
La charada.
La
Yeah,
charada.
I have the list. I have the list. From 0 to
And
99.
every bar, they played it, and everybody turned their heads.
Whoa!
And all these owners, everybody carried. Everybody took care of each other. There was only, I remember one guy in the 3 towns that my dad said, that's a chivato.
A what?
A chivato.
A rat.
What?
A
Oh,
rat.
okay.
A chiva.
That's the one nobody wanted to deal with.
And he was Cuban.
He was Cuban, yeah. He goes, oh, I don't like that guy. That's just a chivato. He'll rat you out. The one guy, but everybody got along. Everybody did the numbers rack. Everybody did charada.
Did you ever
Everybody-
win the numbers?
Huh?
Did you ever win the numbers?
me?
Yeah.
No, I
did.
played it. But
Twice.
My dad won a bunch of times.
One time I went to Union Hill to play in the rec league, and I was on a purple team, and they gave me the thing, and it had number 57. And I walk in the house, and my mom's like, "What's that number? Where'd you get that shirt from?" I go, "I got it from 57. Put a number in front of it." I go, 5. She called, $10,000. $10, I won 5. She gave me $2,500. And then on my birthday, I hit my birthday in 1979. I had 219.
Wow.
I went to Jersey City to watch a movie, and when I came back, they told me. And all those cats, there was a bookmaker in Union City that was the best. His name was Arnaldo do Campo.
Yeah.
He sat at my mother's bar. He was about 5'9", 220, but his stomach was all the way out. And he was just sitting like one of those chairs. And at 3 o'clock, he left, because that's when the bank closed. 3 o'clock is when you can't take numbers no more. The number comes out like a 4. So he would stay there from 8 in the morning to 3, drinking and fucking making comments. And he was the guy right now that if he was alive, he'd be in jail, because he talked to me and my friends like we were adults. Like if we were 10, we walked in, "Oh, you come in. You get your dick sucked? Yeah, tomaron la pinga." They're like, "Dog, I just want to play dominoes." I came over to play Monopoly with this fucking dude. Every time you saw him, he said something sexual to you. He wasn't a pedophile, not at all.
Well, he was fucked up.
But he would always ask you, "Did you get your dick sucked yet? Are you pissing sweet yet? Me andaluce."
yeah.
He would always. But the best was I saw him at 30th and what's the street? All right, so this is Bergen Line, 30th Street, Chappie's Florist.
Yeah. Patterson Plank Road, the road.
If I go down the next corner, there used to be a bar there where Pincheros
Oh, yeah,
thing.
yeah. New York Avenue. That's New York Avenue.
Okay.
The corner of New York.
That used to be a bar owned by Teddy Martuniak. He played for the Chicago Bulls out of Union City. He died from drinking. That dude could drink for fucking days. But I forgot what I was going to tell you. What were we talking about?
The guy talking sexual to you.
Oh, yeah.
We went in there to play a number one day, and I went in there with a kid named Darren Rago, God rest his soul. We're about 18 at the time now, and Rego liked him. There was 2 incidents of Rego. One incident, he was sitting at the bar in the corner, and he had 2 young girls with him, like that, 25 Cuban girls talking to him. And Rego goes, ask him if he wants to smoke pot. Right? So this motherfucker's like, yeah, I'll smoke. Yo fumo todos los días, compadre. I never saw him smoke pot. He's like, yo fumaba ayer, been cool. I used to smoke pot in Cuba, one of those guys.
Yeah.
He's, Cubans, like I remember going to see Bruce Lee movies and going back to my mother's bar, and the guys would sit there, and they go, where'd you come from? I went to see a Bruce Lee movie. That guy's a punk. I beat him up in Cuba like 3 years ago, and I lose my mind. What are you fucking talking about? Nobody beats up Bruce Lee. He's a fucking pussy. I smacked him right on the corner on 58th Street one time, and you would fucking die. Like they're just lying to you. They're just breaking your balls, and that's what they do. That's their sense of humor. So the one time we're in there, ¿Quieres fumar? He goes, yo no fumo afuera. He didn't want to smoke outside. He wanted to smoke in the bar. And it was like a chocolate tie on a big bamboo. And we kept giving it to him, but he was trying to impress the young girls. And he's like, yeah. And they didn't even know what he was saying. He didn't know what they were saying. Right. He's smoking. And finally, the girls didn't want to smoke no more. And the joint kept going to him. And he's sucking on it. And he's trying to give it away to him. He was like, nah. And he kept smoking it, dog. And he passed out. And then I went in there like a month later, and he goes, oh, yeah. ¿Qué estaba en ese tabaco? What was in that weed? He goes, I couldn't feel my legs for 4 days. And then that day, he told his dad, I'll never forget this, Lucio. He told his dad he went home that night, and he jerked off, and it was so fucking good. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, my wife was in the shower, que rico. And he had a chair. When they say que rico, you know they're fucking crazy. And he goes, And he was in the chair at a bar telling me and a bunch of North Bergen kids how he jerked off the night before. And he's like making noises. Que rico. Sí, pónmelo ahí. And when he came, he goes, pa! He kept going, pa, pa, pa. But his chair kept going back in the bar. He's like, pa, pa, pa. Entonces me quedé dormido. He just went right to sleep. And we're like,
That's hysterical.
What the fuck is this? And that's the sense of humor.
Yeah.
I think that Cuban sense of humor helped me later on in life. That little quick thinking, like those fucking Cubans, just, I remember there used to be a fat lady that lived across the street from my house in North Bergen. Later on, before my mother died, she was a flat black Cuban lady.
Right.
And whenever my mother would cook, she would come over. And my mother would be watching the Yankee game, and the black chick would go in the kitchen, and my mother would go, oh yeah, gorda. Hey, fat fuck.
Oh my God.
Get your fingers out of the pot. I could feel them from here. Like they just have a weird sense of fucking humor, man. That little twist on things, they have no filter. No filter. No. That's me. No filter. They don't give a fuck. And when they say something, they say it loud. They don't.
My son, we're having dinner, and he says to me, he turns around and says, how come every time you talk to a Cuban, you talk so loud? I said, I don't talk loud. Yeah, every time, I know when you're talking to someone Cuban, because your decibel level is like 1,000 times higher. I don't know why. I don't know why we do that.
I don't know. It's the house. So when you quit acting, when you said that's it, what did you decide to do?
No, what happened was it was a segue. I had gone off my tour. I did the 40th anniversary revival of West Side Story. It was supposed to come to Broadway. We went to L.A. Cheetah Rivera came out. All the old West Side Story people came to see us, and we were supposed to come to Broadway after L.A. They decided to close down the company because they said, well, we made our money back after the first month. We were sold out everywhere. Made a lot of money. So we were out on tour for 2 years. So they were making profit. We were using this old set from a previous production, So they said, well, we have all these, equity guys here making all this money, making residuals on the commercials. Let's just close down the tour and take it out non-union, which they did. So now we were making X amount of dollars, and they get a small percentage of that. They can give them our old costumes, because if you're an equity member, you have to get all new costumes, all custom made shoes, custom made everything. But the non-union guys don't get any of that.
Get dick.
They get nothing. They travel by bus. No days off. Well, we had to have one, golden day to rest and all that kind of stuff. The commercials. So we were making not only $2,000 a week back then, and I'm talking about the early '90s, $2,000 a week plus per diem, Plus, you're making the residuals on the commercial, so you're doing okay for a young
Right.
guy, single, whatever. So I get off the tour. Well, they closed down the tour because they wanted to go non-union, so they can make more money. So I get off the tour, and I go do something at Westbury Music Fair, and at the Palace Theater. And at the same, I met my wife. I got off the tour 2 days later. I met my wife, and I said, "Man, this girl is beautiful. American girl, blue eyes, blonde, gorgeous." I said, "Oh my God, you're stacked." I said, "This girl." So I'm over there, and my agent calls me up. They want you to go back out on tour with West Side for another year. And Chorus Line wants you to go out on tour with Chorus Line. Mitzi Hamilton was the choreographer. I said, "I'm done. I can't go out on tour. I'm done. I'm staying home." So I stayed home. And that's when I started working at Spanish Rep, and I was still signed with Internet ICM for commercials and stuff. So I was doing the commercials, trying to do the soaps, and I started working at Spanish Rep, and I stayed with my wife. So what happened was I started writing, I had a newspaper, and I had a local TV show with a friend of mine that worked at ABC, because I remember I was working on All My Children as an orderly, and this guy was a stage manager on ABC and an assistant director on the news program back then. So he had a local TV show, so I got involved with him. And we talk about politics. I knew nothing about politics. I just had to know. I was very opinionated, and I had a newspaper. I started a newspaper. I was writing all kinds of opinions. I meet Brian Stack, and we hit it off. And I started helping him out, doing events and stuff like that, because I was good at coordinating events. And then he asked me if I wanted to come in. At first, I was like, "Nah, I'm an actor. I'm not a government guy." And he goes, "No, I really want you to come in." We became friends. And he brought me in. I was the first director he brought in. And the rest is history. I've been there for, 24 years?
And you're the entertainment director?
No, I'm a commissioner. I
Okay.
came in as a director over at Department of Public Affairs, which ran 6 departments. I came in as that. And then 3 years later, he asked me to be a commissioner, to run the commission. It's a commission form of government. We have 5 commissioners.
Right.
Everybody votes for the commissioners, and then between us, we choose who the mayor is going to be. But we always know who the mayor is, Brian, And he asked me to be a commissioner. He goes, "Everybody likes you. You get along with everybody, whatever." And so I came in as a commissioner. I was bilingual. I knew the town. I grew up in town. I loved the town, all that kind of stuff, And I became a commissioner. Slowly, I started giving up acting and producing more documentaries, short films, and stuff like that. And then that's how eventually I just gave up acting. And my wife said to me, "I'm still a SAG member. I pay my
Yeah,
dues.
you pay your
I
dues.
pay my dues today. I paid them late. I was supposed to pay them in the spring. I paid the spring and the fall now." So she's complained to me, goes, "You have to pay whatever, $30-something, fee for being late or whatever, for $60. I said, "No, I just pay for it just in case one day I want to do something, because you never know."
You never know. No, they call you all the time.
So I segued into what I do now, which I love. I love what I do. It's a great town. I love the town. I love working with Brian, and I love my fellow commissioners are great people.
The town looks fucking good.
No matter what you say about Union City, if you go back, and people can say, "Oh, Union City was this, was that," it was great. Union City, growing up in Union City was great. We had a mix of people. I loved the people. I loved that I came from there. But man, the things that Brian's done with all the new schools, the new roads, the new parks, no matter what you say, it's there. You can see it. You can see it. That beautiful high school with the stadium on top, you see the progress. So no matter what you say, if you go back, none of that existed.
Bro, I went to that Obama school. You sent me that day
To
get my shot.
Yeah.
You sent me down to Obama's on 16th
No,
Street.
that was Colin Powell.
Colin Powell.
Colin Powell.
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful school.
And that area down there, I mean, listen, I'm sad that St. Michael's is gone.
Yeah.
Holy Rosary's gone. I mean, we grew up on that
Yeah.
shit.
Well, the girls in Holy Rosary.
Oh.
The most beautiful girls in town were from Holy Rosary. Oh, my
And
God.
a couple of them from North Bergen. I
Yeah.
still talk to one of them that went
God.
to Holy Rosary.
The most beautiful girls came from Holy Rosary.
I used to date an Irish redheaded girl in Union City. I was in love, Jack. I was in love. And we used to hold hands and go get pizza on New York Avenue
Yeah.
at that pizza place. Oh, my God. But I still remember going to fucking judo class on 7th Street. I still remember seeing Tony.
San Antonio was the best. That's why I went to see all the karate films.
Yeah,
all the Bruce
guy
Lee
could-
films.
It was,
oh, my God.
it was English films with Spanish subtitles or the other way around.
No, they did everything there.
They did everything, and the owner had a wig. That's what I remember as a kid.
Yeah.
Is he still alive? Tell me he's still
Yeah,
alive.
Tony, yeah. He's still alive. He's a super nice guy.
And does he have the movie theater still? No.
No, he owns El Especialito, and he's the chairman of Save Line America. But I just saw him the other day. I was in a party with him. He's a super nice guy. He still dresses to the T, and he's got the the hair, the white hair and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my God.
A couple of years ago, he got a little ill, but now he's doing good. He's doing good. He's a really good guy. So he's doing. You know how he started? He had a furniture store, I think, in Manhattan. Then he opened up a furniture store in Jersey, and then he bought Cinetone, and Cinetone was a huge. And eventually, he sold it when the movies died out in Union City, and then he went into El Especialito. Especialito. No, first he got into what's the newspaper? Hoy or whatever it used to be.
No.
It used to be the biggest Hispanic.
Diario La Prensa? No, that's not around.
No, that's not. But Hoy, or what I think it was Hoy, was the biggest Hispanic newspaper in the country, and he owned that, and he sold it for a lot of money. And then he started El Especialito, Especialito, made a ton of money. So he's a really cool guy, a character. He's a real character.
Well, that's what, and even like beside the Cubans, fucking what's his name had his office there. The guy from the mob, from the Genovese crime family.
Oh my God, yeah,
The mob had an office?
Summit.
Yeah, like on Summit.
Why did he have an office?
Because it's a great place to have
The
an
Teamsters,
office.
the Teamsters building,
Oh, okay.
the Teamsters building.
So it wasn't like he just had an office to do mob shit. He was a teamster.
No, he was a Teamster.
Oh, okay.
But there used to be an Italian bakery on 22nd and Central. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that was great.
That
I
was
don't know
a
if that's
great-
still around. I don't know if that's still around.
And I stayed in 26. When I got back to North Bergen, I think like 3 months into the 6th grade, I didn't like living in my house. I didn't like that my mom come home late. I heard fucking spirits. We were talking about
Yeah.
all the ghosts in North Bergen and the Indians and shit. And one day I said, I'm not doing this no more. And I moved up with my friends on 26th and Central. And I would wake up, I'd go to 22nd for the breakfast from the bakery. I'd get a bag of Zeppelis
Yeah.
and a fucking big thing of Italian bread with hotel bar butter. And I kill that. And then as I got older, I would just meet Dean LaPrete, and we'd go to Tom's Diner. And I always got the toasted corn muffin. God damn! Was fucking on the grill with extra butter and shit. Tom McCann, that center forward. I remember when they used to do punt, pass, and kick there.
Oh my God, Center 4, we played that
Right
all
on
the
Kenny
time.
Boulevard. Punt, pass, and fucking kick.
It was great.
And it would be packed with a bunch of fucking North Bergen savages,
I
Union
remember
City.
elbows all ripped up, knees ripped up. I mean, I was always ripped up.
It was great.
I mean, all bloodied and the whole bit, and we never. Remember we with David and stuff. Ask David. We used to play two-hand touch. It became full tackle on the blacktop with snow. Oh my God, we were
Hockey.
all ripped up. I would get home all.
No, it wasn't different. These kids, no, I'm not accepting it. No.
And you remember the swamps?
Fuck yeah!
Remember the swamps?
We used to go to swamps and steal fucking those things to light so the mosquitoes would
Yeah,
go away.
remember that?
Punks, whatever the fuck that is. Where is the swamp?
It's gone now. It's the swamps all built up. There's hotels and shit. down
God
there.
damn it.
Where
Movie
is the
theaters.
fucking swamp? Where was it?
It's down. Okay, you remember there used to be a motel down 39th Street. Once you pass Tunnelly Avenue, with that new buildings that we were talking about, you pass Tunnelly Avenue. You keep on going down before you get to the whole new
was
development.
in my
Hill-
neighborhood.
Yeah, down.
Yeah, I remember
just
that. We used to
half,
go-
half a mile down, and that's the swamps right there. That used to be all swamps where Walmart is and all those box stores now.
But the swamp went like
It went from
behind Tunnelly Avenue. It went from down there all the way to the Ridgefield Circle.
absolutely.
Because I used to ride my motorcycle.
Yeah.
All the way to Ridgefield
Oh,
Circle.
I got a story with you. Then you had a mini bike.
Yeah, the Dairy
I almost
Queen.
killed myself in the mini
Yeah,
bike.
the Dairy Queen.
Was it his mini bike?
In his minute, we were hanging out at McKinley School. I think it was John Bender, David, you and me. We're hanging out, and you had your little mini bike. And I never got on one. He said, "Get on it." I go, "Come on." So I got on the mini bike, and I went down. There was a blue stone wall coming down the. You remember that ramp? Coming down the ramp, blue stone wall right there. I almost totaled that wall. I made the curve. I almost killed myself. Never. That was the last time I got on a bike. The last time I got on a motorbike.
I don't blame you.
I thought I was going to die. I had no control. I can't believe I turned the wheel and
I love my motorcycles. Dog, I had like 8 of them, and then I fell, and my mother sold it before I got back from the hospital. Cuban mom, don't even play. She took a loss on it. I took like a $300 loss on it. I didn't even get the $300. She just said, "No ma." That's it. Quickly. No family meeting. There was none of that shit.
Kids have it nice. They had nice lunches, breakfast. They have breakfast in school, lunches. You remember McKinley School, that little counter? It was 8 inches. It wasn't even a full foot. It was 8 inches in the basement, going gray. It was painted gray with that cement paint. Yeah, you remember
Battleship.
Gray? Yeah. All the way across the basement, where we ran track there. That's when we ran
that's
track,
what we were
back and
saying
forth,
last
back
week.
and forth, back and forth. And we got a milk, we got a smoked juice, we got a soggy tuna, and sometimes an apple if you were lucky.
Mrs. Sabatino.
Yeah.
Anthony's mother was the cookie lady. She used to always give me an extra.
But man, that tuna, man, nowadays I think about what the things that affect you when you were a kid. The kind of tuna the way I want the tuna to taste nowadays is the way we used to have it.
At McKinley. Yeah, me too.
It's crazy.
Me too. I love it. I fucking love
You know
tuna.
that gym, you talked about Barone at that gym.
Yeah.
I had a class right here. I forget what class that was. I forget where I was facing the window. I don't know if it was a Grestor's class or whatever, in the basement. We saw that. You remember when they built the Holiday Inn?
Yes.
Okay. So they started building the gym like a year before the Holiday Inn. They finished the Holiday Inn 2 years before they finished our gym.
2 years?
Money
That gym
gets
was-
lost. The construction money was just getting lost.
Jesus.
It took like 3 years to build the gym. It was a box.
Holy.
In the meantime, they took away our blacktop in the back. You remember?
Yeah,
away
they took the
basketball.
blacktop on the back.
Crazy.
Fucking crazy. Do you still remember Carmine?
Yeah, I remember
With
Carmine.
Anthony?
Yeah,
and
yeah, I remember.
Frankie hit me up the other day. I got to give him a call. He hit me up for Thanksgiving, and I just sent him a text back.
Special. One of the Special brothers died, didn't
Yeah. Oh, so you remember Dominic and
Yeah.
all those guys? Yeah, man. You were there.
he? Dominic was in school.
I've been trying to think, like, when the last time I saw you was. Like, McKinley, because after McKinley, a lot of kids disappeared. A lot of kids, just Martin. And then I bumped into Martin Perez 30 years later at the Miami Improv.
Yeah.
He came to see me. Goes, you remember me? I go, I never forgot you. I hung out with his uncle.
Yeah, he was a nice guy, man.
Oh, Martin was a fucking great
we're
guy.
friends on Facebook, whatever. Somehow we reconnected. David, I haven't seen him forever. He called me at one point in my office, and I don't know. I never called him back. I got to call.
He's a
him.
good guy. He called
David's
me
a
the other
good-
day. He's back in town this week.
David's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Matecito's
All those
a nice
guys
guy.
are still fucking very decent, man.
Special, all those guys were really cool. We were lucky, man.
We're very, and listen, when you tell these stories to people, they look at you and they go, he comes from a land that didn't exist. And I just moved back. I went to North Bergen a couple times. I looked around. It's my hometown. It's where I grew up. But that thing we had there is lost. And that's when I said to him, it wasn't North Bergen. It was a state of time. It was a state of mind. It was a state of mind for, all those teams were great then. Union Hill had a great football team and fucking basketball team. And Memorial always had something going on. There was always what do you call those things? A rivalry.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't beat each other up like college football this week, but there was always a rivalry, and it was just different. Now, these kids, some of these systems don't even have programs.
No, but kids don't play in the street anymore. In the corner, 27th Street, where I grew up, that little corner, but where Lourdes Ramos lived.
Oh my
and
God, that
Iris.
was pop. That was you, Arias.
Yeah. Yeah, Mario.
Arias. Pancho.
Pancho. Man.
Pancho.
What a great guy, Pancho.
A bunch of us were there. I would, dog, I grew up on 38, but if there's a party on 26, that's where I'm going, Jack. Even
Pancho's a
before
great guy.
parties, we weren't drinking or nothing then. We were just being fucking crazy kids, man.
But we played everything in that corner.
Everything.
Stickball, football, wiffle ball.
Hockey.
Everything.
Fucking they hit you with
handball,
shit.
Handball. We used to throw a ball against the wall. I remember we used to call them play baseball. If you land a little high, it was it was a hit. Then it was a double, a triple, a home run. We hit against the wall where the liquor store was. Hit on that wall, and then David's window was right here. And sometimes his window, his mom used to open. What's his Elvira? Elvira was his mom's name. Elvira. And Benny, his dad. His sister Mimi. I've spoken to her a couple of times. Mimi.
Okay. Where's Mimi live?
In Florida, I think.
Florida. Yeah, they all went to Florida.
Yeah, they're great people.
It's crazy. A lot of kids we grew up with just tapped out and went to Florida.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Whenever I go to perform in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, I always see somebody that I haven't seen. Like, they'll come up and go, you remember me from Union City? I'm like, fuck no. But holy shit.
You have a great memory. You have a great memory.
No, I do, but
you remember everything. I
but
can't
there's
remember.
some people, listen, faces. Like when you
yeah.
come to me and say, hey, do you know Joey Chipotle? I know the name, but I got to see the face. I haven't seen the face in so fucking long that, I've forgotten a lot of people.
You remember Ralph Carey?
Fuck yeah, Elvis.
Yeah, he just performed in Union City for us.
Did he? Okay, he performs in North Bergen too.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good
He's a
guy. He's
good guy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy as cat
Yeah,
shit,
his
even when we were
his
kids.
girlfriend was the one that turned him on to doing that.
Yeah. But I think he was always an Elvis fan.
Yeah, I think so, right?
In fact, I'm going to have Levito on here in a couple of weeks.
You're gonna have what? You're gonna have him on?
Mr. Levito.
Oh,
He's
okay,
still
that's-
around. He
oh,
lives
that's-
in Atlantic Highlands.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking of putting him on here because what happened was this year, everybody in North Bergen started hitting me up on Facebook to see if I remembered where they put that fucking tube. Do you remember in 1976 we put some fucking tube together? With magazines?
Someone's following.
You mean a time
Yes.
capsule?
Huh?
A time capsule?
Time capsule. Yeah,
Okay.
someone contacted me on that too.
Yeah, and I called
I don't
Levito. I said,
remember.
let's get this over with.
Wait.
Let me call Levito up. I call Levito. I go, Mr. Levito, where's the fucking tube? Because it's right in front of the grammar school. Before you have to walk up those stairs.
Oh, really?
They put it in the one that the stairs go like this. So instead of going that way or this, tell them how high those stairs
Oh my God.
You ever go to McKinley? Walk up those stairs? And we had to shovel those fucking stairs. So
Before we finish, the one story I want to get your opinion or your memory on it, Lucio, is the cab company. The cab where the guy got he was delivering stuff, delivering drugs, and they killed him.
no, we're talking about Rapido Taxi.
Oh, Rapido Taxi.
The
Oh
old days.
yeah, man. They killed that guy. Something happened. He ratted somebody out, and he was working with the cops. He was helping the cops take bribes or whatever. There was something going on. There's something going on there.
And they just killed him?
Because there was
And-
so much stuff involved. There was bribes involved. There was drugs involved. There was all kinds of. I don't know the.
Is the same guy that we're talking about?
Yeah.
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, he was an undercover cop. But he made a mistake. He went after the Cubans. He tried to shake them down without authorization.
Right.
And he started busting his balls, and he started getting a little crazy, and I guess he went to collect at Rapido Taxi one night, and they just fucking drilled him. But the guy that was in the passenger seat, he's still alive.
Oh, really?
And he tells a story that he couldn't get out of his seat. The bullets missed him.
Wow.
But I still remember going to McKinley and them acting weird. And then me getting home from McKinley and running up to my mother's bar. And I walk in and there's 30 fucking Cubans. Salud! The motherfucker's gone. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
No, that's what I'm saying about Archivato. You know, people stuck together.
to kill an undercover cop.
In Hudson Avenue, there used to be a bar. There used to be a bar in almost every corner. Yes or no?
Yes.
Almost every corner.
El
And everybody knew
Brindis,
each other.
Café
Yeah.
Latita, fucking the one on the corner, on the other side of the corner. In fact, I saw something on YouTube the other day about that area, 57th and Hudson, with, I don't know if you remember Nico.
Yeah.
Jose told me
Yeah.
they were talking about him and the whole fucking deal. But Union City just has a fucking tremendous, rich history that nobody knows.
You know Brian Stack remembers everything, everyone. One day he should write, when he retires from being a mayor, whatever, if he ever does, I don't think he'll ever retire, he should write a whole book on this, or he should do a film about the stuff that really happens, or happened
In Union City.
in Union City.
So he has all the history down. He remembers.
He remembers he's an encyclopedia, because he's been involved with politics since Musto, so he's seen everything and everyone. You know, he's seen everything go down, and he remembers everything. He's super smart. One of the smartest people I've ever met, Brian. If you ever spoken to him, he knows about everything. You talk to him about football, he knows about football. Talks about basketball, you know about basketball. Politics. Law. He's incredible how smart he is. And he remembers everything about the whole Hudson County. Everything about Hudson County. The thing that corporation, everybody should read that book. Pretty much. I mean, Celine Valdivia is a commissioner with me. He says there's a couple of things that were not accurate because Celine's family also owned bars and stuff. The Valdivias, there's like 10,000 of them, you know, in Union City. Yeah, it's the Valdivias is one of the first Cubans that came to Union City. And they, it's like a ton of them. And he remembers
Forgot
everything.
about that shit.
But the corporation, I almost had the English.
TJ, yeah. He's
TJ.
going to come in a couple of weeks because now we got a situation going on where my 8th grade teacher, Wally Lindsay, he was the mayor of Weehawken.
Oh, wow.
And then he got why is the mayor of Weehawken teaching in a North Bergen school? Did you ever think about that?
But everybody.
So at the time, now that you think about it in hindsight, it had something to do with that waterfront. If you really think about it. And something happened over the years, and he got plugged down. So when he saw the TJ English podcast, he contacted me. And he goes, Battle opened up the door. That's why they all got arrested. Not that Battle was a rat.
Right.
He contacted his CIA people or whatever, some fucking story. And it goes all the way to what happened with Menendez last year. Something crazy. So they're going to come on and talk about it. Who the fuck knows what it is? He's going to bring his case on here, the whole fucking thing, and his attorney. So, and I'm going to bring TJ too. And we're just going to fucking hammer this. I have no dog in the fight. I don't even know what the fuck the argument's about, but they just want to talk about it. I don't fucking know.
I don't get into those conversations, political conversations.
No, I don't know nothing about Union City. I know my mom had a bar there. I know some people got shot there. I know
Castro was there.
I know Castro was there. I saw Cher,
Fred Astaire,
Greg Allman,
Fred Astaire, Dan Astaire.
You know, I had some good fucking BLTs at the 5-Star Diner. I played for St. Michael's CYO, which till this day I take seriously. I picked St. Michael's. I could have gone to St. Fatima and all that shit, but I was like, I like St. Michael's. There was something about St. Michael's, plus Tommy Heinsohn went there. And that was my boy at the time, so I said, I got to play for St. Michael's. In fact, we're getting together with the coach, from my CYO coach, and fucking going to do a dinner at La Forte's.
Oh, that's great.
Steve Rubinaccio.
I don't know.
He was my coach there. But he had been there forever. He was a good guy. You know, he was part of the community. Steve Rubinaccio, and there was another guy, Steve Acciardi or something like that. They were like parts of the community. They were Irish. They spoke Spanish. Yeah, when you fucking Italian, you speak Spanish. I still remember sitting with him on my block, and he worked for, Rubinaccio worked for ABC, for Good Morning America. So I would always call him up. Dog, when are you going to give me a job over there? I want to be an actor. He'd go, Joey, what do you know? You don't even go to acting class. Acting class? I didn't know you had to go to an acting class. And that's the last time I talked to him in 85.
Wow.
And I went to eat dinner one night, and he was sitting at the table right across from me. The coach from St. Michael's coach. We started talking, and gave me his number, and he goes, call me, let's get together. So we're all going to go to dinner with Chucky and a bunch of the coaches. They could talk their problems out of it. Eddie Ford and all those fucking refs and shit.
St. Michael's, man. I did catechism there. And
where?
In St. Michael's.
Oh, you did? Now, how
Catechism.
come we went to the other place?
I went to St. Michael's, and I don't know why my mom sent me to St. Michael's.
Because
for
we all
catechism.
got thrown out of St. Rocco's.
No, I went to St. Michael's.
What's the one on 30th Street? Right by the diner.
On 30th Street?
What's that church?
That's a Holy Family. That's
where-
Holy. That's
where
Holy
we
Family.
went for,
You went there for catechism.
yeah, because either you went to the ecology club. Remember, you got out of school at 1. You either picked the ecology club or catechism. I wasn't going to fucking pick up no trees. So I said, fuck it, let me go hang out. Let me go hang out with some fucking priests. And we lasted about a month, and he threw us out.
Well, it's like at St. Michael's, I never finished because you had the real nuns there, and I couldn't take it. I said to my mom, I'm not going back. On a Saturday, what was it, Saturdays or Sundays, whatever day we had to go, I said, I'm done. I'm not going back there.
Lucio, one more question. I know you're part of like a music troupe, but I haven't seen no videos.
No, I was managing after I stopped acting and all that kind of stuff and doing films. I started to manage this band called Maxima Alerta, which is the #1 reggaeton band from Cuba. So the owner came. The father of the owner of the band, the director of the band, used to be my sound guy for the events in the city for 20 years. So before he died of cancer. He said, take care of my son. So I helped out his son. We regrouped the group here and cut out a bunch of records. And then, and just before COVID hit, we had a situation where someone had appropriated some of our music, and we were taking them to court. We won, anyway. So my friend, and then my friend won the case, and he won all the awards, platinum, double platinum, gold album, Premio Lo Nuestro, everything. He won all the awards. They gave him the awards. They gave him the rights to the music. So he's waiting for his payday now because they gave him all the rights that he rightfully owned. So what happened was we started using the original members from Cuba. We started recording songs here and there and coming out with and editing their videos in Cuba, which is a penny per dollar, you know. So we started doing all the production work over there, and then released the songs with him. And so I stopped performing because I was getting older. I didn't want to be jumping around like a monkey, you know, doing that kind of music. You know, I'm a Broadway guy. I'm not a reggaeton guy. You know what I mean? But I was the MC. I was good at MCing, so I was MCing, get the crowd going in Spanish and English and all that kind of stuff. So we were a real crossover. But then we started recording with the original guys in Cuba and just getting more into that whole reggaeton thing. And then the guys, now they left Cuba. So 2 of them left, and then the one, 2 of them left, and then the other one's still here, still my buddy. You know what I mean? But no, not cutting any albums or videos or anything anymore. You know, that ship has sailed right from me.
And what are you the commissioner of?
I'm a commissioner of public affairs, so
Okay.
I run municipal court, veterans, seniors, cultural affairs, and the history department. So all the events that come out of Union City, it's pretty much my
Do you see
department.
Lefty at the school?
No, Lefty.
Cortina.
No,
He teaches at Washington.
no, I never see him.
Go to Washington. He's there.
I gotta look for
Is it
him.
Washington on 30 something?
38, that's Washington School.
That's Washington. He
Oh,
teaches
wow.
at Washington.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Lucio,
But-
it was really good to fucking
Ah, it's
see
great
you.
seeing you, man. It's great
What were you
being
going
here.
to say? I'm sorry.
No, that's it. It was great seeing you. It's great being here.
You sure?
Absolutely.
You don't have to say anything?
No, I'm not saying anything. Lee, you know, smack me inside my head.
Great to
He's a
meet
good
you,
dude,
Lucio.
man. You have any questions for Lucio, cocksucker?
I'm still getting over a lot of shit. Mainly the guy who jumped in front of cars for a living and then he jumped in front of the wrong car. That's fucked up.
Dog, we had a guy. What was the guy that we were robbing trains and he jumped off the train and he got caught in his arm and he lost an arm?
Yeah, who was
Dibby's
that? I
friend.
remember that.
Yeah, and he used to be a cab driver in the city. So if you ever get in a cab with a one-armed dude, he's from North Bergen, dog.
You had no idea the stuff that we
The
did.
stuff.
You had
It was
no
fucking
idea.
insane at that.
No idea.
When I first moved to North Bergen, it was scary. It was fucking scary.
Sounds
These guys
scary.
went down and robbed trains every day. These guys were 12. 12! And they're robbing fucking trains. How do you think I got that motorcycle? The motorcycles would come in a box, not built. You throw the boxes off, and then you had your brother come down and drive you later. And you could fucking, then you had to pull the box out of the weeds. That's 1,000 mosquito bites. And then fucking, you know. That's how crazy. He reminded me of the swamps just now.
That's crazy.
That's
the
what they
swamps was
called
great.
it.
The swamps was the best place to hang out. The only beating I got from my mom was because I took my bike with a bunch of our friends and we rode down to the swamps, which is all the way. I mean, you're 10, 11 years old. That's a long way.
That's a long
Then we
fucking
took it all
way.
the way uptown, you know, to whatever West End Avenue ends or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then came back down. My bike kept on losing this chain because, and I made it home like at 10 o'clock at night. My mom was livid. I got the beating of my life. My dad, you're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him.
Your dad was saying that.
You're gonna kill
Holy
him.
shit.
I got one beating, man. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
Lucio, it was a real pleasure. I'm happy you came on
Same here,
to
man.
give the Union City some love because, like I said, I'm from North Bergen, but man, I got a lot of. My dad died in Union City. We had the bar for 20 years. You know, they never signed my dad's death certificate. We'll have to talk about that, those motherfuckers. I never collected my insurance from Prudential. It's probably worth $10 million now.
Probably.
But they wanted me to go back to Cuba and dig him up and scrap his bones. I'm not doing that shit. That motherfucker's nothing. He's dust now.
For 10 million?
Well, it was a $500,000 policy in 1966. Do the fucking math.
Let's go. I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Well, you want to go to Cuba and
Yeah,
dig
tried
him
to
up?
go to Cuba and tried to dig up.
Dig him up.
People
But,
don't understand how Cuba is. People in this country don't understand how Cuba is living over there. When we left Cuba, we didn't leave only because of political reasons. There was nothing to eat. Times are tough. My mom comes from 16 brothers and sisters.
Damn.
What are you going to eat? So you're leaving because there's nothing to eat. You're leaving because, you know, you're oppressed. And they humiliate you on the way out because you have to go work in agriculture, you know, work camps and stuff like that. Then we go to Spain, spend a year in Spain sucking wind before you come here. Oh, man. People don't know the struggle.
the struggle is real, motherfucker.
The struggle is real.
Glad
The
you're here.
struggle
People
is
don't
not
know.
only real for Jewish people, but only for also for Cubans.
I had no
Love you,
idea.
Lucille.
Love you too, man.
I'm happy you got the time to come over and talk to me. It's good to see you. You're a big fucking thing in my childhood, you know? I can't believe we're still here. You know what we all went through as kids and people fucking disappeared, but we're here slinging dick.
Absolutely,
Can't
man.
remodel.
Absolutely.
Union City forever, cocksuckers. Don't forget, we're adding some shows. I got the 11th of December at the Stress Factory, and I added the 17th open mic at Uncle Vinny's on a Tuesday night, just to keep working on material and doing stupid shit. Anything you want to talk about, Lucy?
That's it, man. You just
You
said
have
enough
nothing
stupid
coming
stuff.
up?
No, I got
At least
nothing.
I what do you
I
got
got
coming
nothing.
Next week, the 11th to the 14th, I'm with Josh Wolf and Tara Kenneth Tracy all over New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware.
There you go. If you live in Delaware, I know you got nothing to do. So, Biden's dead, and I don't feel so good myself. And, it's wintertime, so go catch my brother Lee Syatt. I love you, Lucio. Thank you for everybody being here today, and we'll see you next week.